so he can actually pull the wave back, and Doom can also roam into the jungle and eat creeps and not really lose that much in the lane because Lich can sit there. Also, Doom has trouble with armor, and Lich helps out a lot. Aside from that, they just build Doom incredibly tanky and use him as a vision hero, much like other teams would use.
We've seen a little bit of Bristleback, but the games where Bristleback has failed, I feel like he hasn't had Lich on his team. I think when we see Lich and Bristle together with the addition of that Ice Armor, Bristle becomes a whole different kind of hero. Doom is kind of similar in that regard because he's so tanky. The effectiveness from Lich's Ice Armor is utilized so much more.
And Bristle is also something that Liquid has been playing together with the Call, but now, as Peter said before, they already have the Shaker, so... And Shaker most likely won't go mid, I guess. I mean, it can go mid, but it's not really the miracle hero, I would say.
Yeah, I think up against the Lich, I think Liquid should try to probably keep Miracle away from that lane, you know, wherever it might be. So having some flexibility in terms of laning is good. The puck can easily go to any lane, though.
LFY's turn to pick.
LFY is really targeting like these heroes that Liquid has been playing around with the Necrophos and now Husker as well. And
I think it's the right approach. Really just getting team specific. You know, this is, you know, we're worried about you know, taking these heroes with your 4th and 5th picks and just eliminating them and not having that kind of like scare factor.
I guess Lycan is the only hero left that Liquid has really been playing a lot, but that isn't bad. Other than that, then they've been playing the Necrophos a lot on Batumbaman.
Yeah, I like that Necrophos ban. We've seen Liquid play that a bunch of times, and they're winning games for like 20 minutes. Just so much sustain, so much. That hero is so strong in lane.
LFY also has the advantage of
having
so much information about Team Liquid drafts. It's seen in so many different ways.
There we go. We have Afu picking up the Earth Spirit.
One of the most notable plays of the tournament coming out from him with that Aegis steal.
LFY.
Who did the rock and the
Kaka?
Yeah, that was awesome too.
2 Earth Spirit plays.
Very high finesse hero, right? If you're really good at it, it'll show.
Ice skill cap.
And if you're really bad, it also shows, right?
10 seconds remaining.
It's not my hero.
I've seen that before.
It's not my hero.
Broke is also getting one of his signature heroes here, the Rubik. He hasn't played that much this tournament, right?
No, not very much at all. And that'll be, I think, I've seen him play at least once, though. And he played great.
He used to be one of the best Rubik players as well.
Yeah, he might still be, but he was regarded as like the best Rubik player for quite a while.
Yeah.
Team Liquid's turn
but
to
that's
pick.
a nice instantaneous disable up against Puck. Makes him a little less elusive.
These 2 cores with Puck and Nyx is super good against both Call and Rubik. They can jump in and kill one of them straight away with Infest Bomb.
Yeah, GH on his Call, you know, we always talk about the Aghanim Scepter, but he actually almost every single game goes for 4-staff first with that Puck Dream Coil with the Nyx Bomb. You know, Call can 4-staff away, but he's going to get stunned. He'll be able to catch up to him.
I mean, the Puck Lifestealer combo we've seen before. Not run with Puck mid and Lifestealer safe lane, but actually having that last pick be another huge farming hero like Alchemist. We've seen that.
Yeah, Lifestealer can act as almost like a semi-core. He doesn't need to be this hero that takes everything. He works pretty well in dual carry pairings.
I think he's one of the one position's carry of choice versus keeper. You don't have to worry about the mana leak or the blinding light as a Lifestealer. It's very, very nice not to have to worry about that. Normally, you just have to get BKB or MKB, usually both versus keeper going into the late game.
What are some carries from Liquid that you might like from or up against LGD? I thought maybe Matomi could play Terrorblade, but that's a little bit out of his norm this tournament.
Lycan, I would say, is because pairs are quite good against the Knights.
Yeah. Yeah, Lycan would make a lot of sense here.
Troll's also pretty good.
Troll as well. Yeah, Miracle could still play Troll.
BKB hero seems very good versus their first 3.
Yeah, definitely. Until Puck gets abs.
Yeah. So I wonder if Super's going to be playing the Puck. Do you think it's going to be Super Puck or Inflame Puck? Because right now they don't really have great tower hitters.
They have last picks. I think that they're going to leave that as an option.
It feels like that it's best to have it on the offlane when it's with Knight, because if you have it mid, like you really want to get this dagger and then go with the Knights to get a kill. But if both your mid lane and your safe lane is like out ganking somewhere, it's quite obvious.
Bloodseeker, been a very popular pick just late in the tournament. Newbie showing great success with it up in winners, knocking LFY down with it.
He's a pretty solid hero against Lifestealer. I feel like it's not that bad for Lifestealer. Because he can just kind of sit there and man fight, and even if he's running around hitting people, he's still lifestealing.
Infest as well to try to dodge the Rupture.
I think you'll almost always get the jump on the Bloodseeker rather than the other way around, though. I think with the Lifestealer, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's gonna stay hidden.
But yeah, Liquid getting a little bit pushed out of what they have been mostly comfortable playing.
Yeah, most of the times when they've been playing this Coddle, they have this push lineup with Necrophos or Lycan, so they just wait for GH to get his Args and then they just push during the day. But here is a more like team fight oriented lineup with a Bloodseeker.
Fury on the final ban, getting rid of mind controls, or I guess.
It's pretty interesting that they think it's going to be a mid shaker.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Well, regardless, Furion is one of Liquid's best heroes. It would pair decently well with the Bloodseeker in terms of like what carries you need to win the game. Lots of building damage, some split push, catch. All good things.
Team Liquid taking their time with their final pick.
Yeah, they've got a ban here, and then they have to pick immediately. And they've got to think, what's another hero we want up against Lifestealer, or do we already have enough with the Bloodseeker? They could still go
Team
for
Liquid's turn to LFY's turn to pick.
He's a hero that's been banned against Team Liquid very high percentage of the time with Coddle. Lone Druid, I think, are the most frequent against them. And a Sniper.
Choose your hero.
So it looks like it will be Sniper mid and Puck probably in off lane.
Team Liquid is actually lacking quite a bit of gap close for that Sniper. They don't really have anybody that's going to be able to get on top of them.
They have a Sniper them like Cells with the Lone Druid, right?
Oh, that's true, but he sometimes plays Radiance. Fair.
Yeah.
The right, well,
do the like range build at all times as well.
It's time to get game one underway. It is the first of the games of the final day of TI7. Welcome to the floor of Key Arena. We are here in Seattle. 24, nearly $25 million in prize money available at this TI, and 18 million almost of them to be claimed today. But Lumi, this is the day when legends are born and stories are written or end prematurely. Liquid facing LFY, newbie waiting as the final bosses in the grand finals. This crowd is already very into it.
We got one of the most amazing crowd here out of all Dota lands. I speak for everyone that we just want to see good Dota, but that's boring.
We don't want to see good Dota. We want to see beautiful Dota.
Perfect. Let's get.
Prepare for battle.
And of course, it is an aquatic themed TI, so I think we'd be remiss if we didn't see how many Liquid fans are in the house.
Team Liquid getting that home crowd advantage, maybe a little bit, but
maybe a little, but only a little, and what they maybe lack in numbers here at the venue, they certainly make up for with the volume department, as the LFY fans are very anxious to see their team advance. So we get into the Dota now, Lumi. We could talk a bit about these picks. Mr. Ho Ho Ha Ha coming through again. We saw him yesterday.
Already getting a little triggered, and it is some interesting laning here coming out from Team Liquid. We see Matumbaman posting up on the mid lane. His matchup is going to be super for now on the Sniper, although it looks like there might be a little bit of scouting and perhaps lane switching. And of course, we also have LFY going offensive up on the top lane. This lane, though, Team Liquid has already scouted out with a Observer Ward by the Seeker Shop. So I think Team Liquid is happy with how the lanes are going. As I say that, though, it seems like there is some lane rotation going up the other way as well. What do you think is kind of the best lane matchup? I feel like they want to actually have the Puck versus the Earthshaker matchup. And it looks like Team Liquid is going to get that.
For me, I look at LFY, and it's maybe less about the matchups. It's more so about the rotations. Will Afu find those early openings to set them up for success? He has been hugely impactful on the Earth Spirit, and probably the same thing for Liquid here, with the Rubik potentially being able to rotate around, set up some early kills with potentially a Fissure to follow that up. But for now, at least, it is going to be the Lone Druid versus Sniper showdown. And this has been a hallmark of Team Liquid and their versatility coming into play, where Matumbaman
can sit in that middle lane as a Brood Mother, a Lone Druid. They are not fixated on having him in like a traditional safe lane every game one position type of role.
Yeah, the big difference is that I think this Lone Druid is very gankable in the mid lane, especially to a hero like Earth Spirit. Sure, you might not kill him in the first gank, but definitely a lot of harass that's going to be coming through. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Inflame is just having a really tough time. Just eats fissures, eats a ton of right click. I think GH got like 6 to 7 right clicks on that puck. Has the phase available, but
simultaneously, Miracle also struggling, but the beauty of the Bloodseeker is you just get a few last hits and you'll be right back in it. Azafu looks to equalize the score, gives Mind Control some early harass, but he also takes punishment from Gandalf. Yeah, GH getting a lot of early harass in.
This is actually going to be a big problem. As soon as Bloodseeker turns level 2 up on the top lane, he is going to have access into Thirst. And suddenly, I think LFY top lane might crumble a little bit thanks to the big boost of movement speed.
They are getting aggressive here. Miracle going in on DDC. Liquid looking for the first blood. The Frost Armor is going to save him, it looks like. But at the same time, Monet unable to punish fully here. Frost Armor certainly will be quite the nuisance for the Lone Druid, for the Bloodseeker, as this game moves along. So a duel here top. Seems like Monet is getting that edge and harass, but just one quick change of auto attacks, Miracle will be right back in it.
Miracle seems to be struggling in terms of the last hit department right now. Of course, the Lich is a big part of that, and every time he does come in for that last hit, just eats at least 2 to 3 right clicks from the Lich as well as the Lifestealer. So they're doing a good job to slow him down.
Our first runes of the game spawning, just an illusion pop from now. Super still holding mid, and so far this mid lane looking relatively even. So while we have a moment here, Lumi, let's talk about the Sniper pick. Why Sniper, do you think, for LFY, and how good is he going to be in this game? It's not a hero we see all that frequently.
Well, there's not a really good way for Team Liquid to gap close. I mean, you have Blink Shaker, maybe the Rubik could get close with the lift, but apart from that, if Sniper's position is good enough, he's just going to sit in the back line and just snipe people non-stop every day. So it's a great Sniper pick. I think Rupture could get close, but Miracle needs to really come in from some awkward angle to actually catch the Sniper.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a Shadow Blade here at some point on the Earthshaker. Those mobility items normally are common. It's Inflame. Bit of a juke here on GH. Gonna try to pressure him on the back of this. He's gonna have an orb pulling down. This could be the first blood. The fissure comes through. Well, it might be the first blood the other way. Inflame's gotta get the hell out of there. Nice dodge with the phase shift. Now Mind Control still pursuing him through the trees. Looking for the Enchant Totem connection. Not gonna find it. Dangerous moment, so that Earth Spirit could be rolling in any second. He's actually going to roll away. That will send the Keeper packing back to the base, at least for now.
Something I touched on earlier is it's about the rotation, but so far we haven't seen too much of it. It's a true 1v1 in the mid lane, which is quite rare in the current metagame. And I gotta say, Super is definitely holding his own. Normally, the Lone Druid gets a lot stronger at level 5 because Rubert gets to now root people, but I think Sniper is one of the better heroes against that because you just get to stay so far back. Whenever the bear comes even close, you get to harass. In fact, the bear has to make the walk of shame into the fountain to regen, so this is looking pretty good.
Quick fountain trip for him. So far, so good for the Sniper. Of course, with the Lich, if there's no kills, you should be passively winning your lane. That said, the Lifestealer slightly down on CS, so pretty early days here, but relatively even start thus far. No major advantage being accrued by either team. Does feel like it's going to come down to some of these rotations. Where does that first Rupture go? Are they able to find a puck pick-off with the Dream Coil? Maybe the supports, the dual ES initiator type heroes can get involved. We'll see.
I mean,
everyone's pretty content to stay in their lanes. And Flame is going to have to silence Mind Control to get fissured up a bit. Off-lane Shaker, though, still looking to apply the pressure. Phase shift comes through, but he still gets clipped. Not quite enough damage just yet, but the pressure is there, and this puck is constantly running low on regen. At the same time, he is CSing well, so he's able to afford some additional when necessary.
You say passive game is good for the Lich, but at the same time, as an Earth Spirit team, you definitely want to be able to convert some of your early rotation to kills. And this particular top ward that Team Liquid has placed is making it tough for Aqua.
It's not going to see this Earth Spirit coming in, though. He's creeping around in the woods. You find the opening. Bloodseeker is a possible kill, but not easy. He already has a pretty decent move speed as of now, so
if you could catch him,
hesitant.
If you can catch him with Blood Rage on as he comes in for the last hit, as he has now, maybe.
They don't have a whole lot to disable though, so they've got to time this just right. And Miracle dueling it out with Monet. They're going to try and save that boulder smash, rolling forward. And now Miracle getting stunned up. He's a little bit too fast though, because in the bottom lane, they're diving the puck. The puck may end up going down in flame. While they don't get the kill, they also save this top lane through the power of the Thirst, the Fissure. Nearly bringing in Flame down.
Yeah, it was a very lucky break for Miracle. As they started going on the puck, the HP of puck lowers and lowers, activating that Thirst, giving that movement speed that he needed to get out of the gang. Very, very slow early game, despite the fact that both teams are aggressively looking for that first blood.
We've seen some of those early rotations, not yet netting kills. Now Matumba Man getting aggressive on Super. The power of the entangling claws can leave the sniper vulnerable, especially if a rotation comes in. They'll need to keep vision up for Super. He'll have to be very, very careful about his positioning, because look who's coming from behind. GH creeps.
Level 1. Oh, he's going to assassinate the bear.
Oh, he wants that kill. Super
300
does get it. That's an easy 300, but maybe the punish can come down. Liquid will trade this for first blood to roll in from Apu. Two-hero connection. First blood to LFY. Bear's down. Now the hero's down. And Curl might drop as well. Super wants to back away. Ho-ho. Aha.
He's fine.
He's out of there.
Yeah, first blood. They got the bear.
Even force the mind control TP. That is the ultimate coup here for LFY. On top of that, Apu snags the bounty. Talk about a good start, Lumi.
Oh, for sure. Just look at the net worth differential. Sniper is about 1,000 net worth ahead of the Lone Druid off the bear kill, off the double kill, and the first blood. He's having a beautiful game.
Nearly 1,000 gold up on the Lone Druid, where it was dead even before that. That is a massive exchange. See how Liquid are able to respond now. Does have to resummon. Tumble Man wants a little bit of vengeance here, but Super just calmly plinking away on El Doge. Keeps on punishing it under tower.
And just now we saw the weakness of Team Liquid's draft, where you got the Keeper, you got the Rubik. Neither of those are really good rotation heroes, you know?
Right,
you'd love very slowly, they don't have a lot of burst damage or disable.
You'd love to see the Bloodseeker come, but Miracle's actually only level 4.
That's a Lich for you.
Because of the Lich, even though he's CS relatively fine, so no Rupture available. The only other hero that can rotate is the Shaker, and that's a big investment, bringing your off-laner away and just freeing up that bottom lane for the puck. So LFY, it seems like kind of hinging on the sniper and the early movements of Apu, have been able to gain an early advantage here. But as mentioned, it is early. Only 7 minutes in. We still haven't seen Liquid ramp up. So many times, Lumi, they've even been very far behind, and then all of a sudden, GH gets that Aghanim Scepter and things completely change. So definitely don't write Liquid off by any means.
I think even as he's working towards Ags, with the draft that LFY has, they can actually apply a ton of pressure. But look at this power jungling that's coming out from GH in the jungle. Stacks multiple camps, one Illuminate hits both. That force stab is coming really soon.
This guy is auto god.
Yeah, that's how you do it, boys.
Already level 4. He's basically there with Miracle, which is probably not what Liquid wanted, but they'll be happy that GH has his good start nonetheless.
He is missing some of the experience that he's gaining from the left camp, but you know, for Kato, he's worried about gold. Okay, here comes Apu.
Apu's great. I'll have some of these. Leeching it up. Might even be able to steal more. And in comes the rotation. They don't want Apu to get this for free. Lone Druid flanking him from behind. Up the ramp comes El Doge, rolling away to the right, and a TP out. No chance of stopping Apu. The Shaker currently at the tier 1, too far to rotate. Could be an ongoing issue for Liquid until these until the Shaker and the Rubik get some items. They don't have that many ways to cancel these TPs.
Yeah.
Maybe a lucky route, but the bear has to get there.
LD, would you say this is one of the most successful Lich games we've seen? We haven't seen him give away early kills.
He just got to sit in a lane, deny creeps, and didn't die.
It's like a very slow...
That's successful as far as what you want to do as a Lich.
Yeah, and look at Miracle's level, right? As we see the bear just having a ton of issues on the mid lane.
It's almost in that assassinate kill range.
Look at the level differential. You have a level 5 Bloodseeker to a level 9 sniper in the mid lane that's just blinking away.
And that's just a hard matchup in general, right? Like, as Bloodseeker, you have to run in. You know, you don't normally see the hero build like anything that lets you jump, and even if you do, the sniper's probably going to win the man fight with this kind of an advantage. So Miracle's going to have his work cut out for him as LFY look to set up. Apu lurking on the high ground. DDC has the chain for us. They can go for this. Boulder smash off the mark. They still lob it in. Will it bounce back? It does. They need a little more damage, though. He also whipped there on the roll forward, and Miracle scoots away. Easy dodge for him. Still the pressure though, Lumi. Despite the failed kill, they could force him back for a little bit and they could pressure this tower with the lifestealer. But Liquid looks like they might want to try to contest this. They're thinking about it. They've given that bottom lane to GH. They have rotated mind control very early on the Shaker. He's up mid. Matumba Man starts to work on the tier 1. Bounty Rune spawning. LFY gonna TP Sniper back to mid. Mask of Madness already complete. Just so difficult to punish this Sniper with all the mobility he has now, but GH is gonna try, just blasting him from the side. He shrugs it off.
Yeah, he's got the regen from the Mask of Madness as well, so he's not too worried about that. I really love this build. The mobility is gonna help out against a team that can't immediately jump on you.
Apu, nice silence there. They were thinking about an Echo Slam commitment. Won't be possible. All the while, Monet quietly farming on the top lane. And so things obviously going really well for LFY Lumi. The puck catching up nicely. They have the threat of the infest bombs later on this game.
Oh, that thought that would be level 6 Bloodseeker. Guess where he's going on the mid lane. Can he get close enough for that rupture?
Super has already spent his gold, so it'll be as minimal as possible damage-wise, but in the bottom lane, in Flame, looking to bring GH down. The orb comes through, beautiful connection. Scores the kill, but they might get the trade they need to kill this sniper off. Rupture, flip, into the claws, stands his ground, he will fall. Super down for the count, and no ability to punish with that puck coil committed.
Lane ports back in, trying
even getting rooted here.
It's fine.
Well, John Wayne, meanwhile, top. Dive in from Apu. They see the opening. Shaker has the Echo ready, but LFY bringing in the Lifestealer. Boulder smash through. Can go for the Rage play. Will they have the damage to bring him down? There is a Chain Frost. Might just want to lob it in. No, the silence time just right. LFY leave no stone unturned as they take down the Shaker.
EDC will pour it out from that Blood Rage. Yep, he's out. Blood Right, rather. And everyone gets out clean.
Back and forth exchanges around the map. They do kill the Sniper, but again, he had already spent his gold. He's still over 1,000 up on the Lone Druid.
In fact, look at the net worth. All 3 of LFY.
They're moving on to Miracle here. Open wounds to start. Rolling Boulder forward, and now Apu commitment with the kick. Scores the Miracle kill. Oh.
One more hit. They will get it.
Gets him again. This is not the kind of Bloodseeker game that we've seen on the road to the finals.
Not over yet. Mid lane Puck has an Invis Ring. He scouts out Matumba Man. Coil is available.
This is not a solo kill.
Yeah, he needs a Sniper to be nearby, but Sniper, it's like, I'm going to sit in the mid lane.
Matumba Man comes back to mid. Perhaps they do go for that, but instead there's a Dire scan bottom. They're going to rotate that way. They maybe dodge the skank and get a tower. Still, as good as the game's been for LFY early, they've yet to take a tower down.
There's a lot of teleport scores on the side of LFY. They could just coil and port in. There is the one.
Do they want to, though? It's already too late. Tower's down, but maybe they can at least get the kill. Matumba Man caught out. Could be another death for the Bear. Tries for the TP. Not going to happen. Matumba falls once more, and still LFY grabbing their own tower in the top lane, so they do answer back. A 1-for-1 tower trade, but the kills, those precious kills, are all going LFY's way.
This is a fairly common sight for Team Liquid. Whenever they run the Kato, they do struggle in the laning stage. They do tend to fall a little bit behind in terms of kills, towers, and net worth. But as soon as that Axe comes online, you know, the team just roars back.
Yeah, he does love to go for the Force Staff first, and then into the Axe. Just get that utility item to help your team. As they converge on the bottom lane here, they're trying to set up. Looking for the Shaker pickoff in Flame with the rolling boulder. Beautiful connection, but the interruption might come through. First, committing the Earthshake ultimate. Assassinate finishes the job. A little bit of extra damage. All they need. Apu will fall. Sniper has to back away as he watches the Fairy Dragon get shredded. And while that was all happening a bit earlier in the mid lane, GH did deny the tower. So that was another tower down for LFY, but the gold will be diminished.
Yeah, that was a critical death here on the Puck. He's so close to the Blink Dagger, sitting at 1500 after the death. Had he actually made it out from that gank, that would have been really good for LFY. Instead, 2-for-1 trade, good recovery here from Team Liquid. But the question is, what are they doing for this Sniper? Like, he is just free farming. Nobody's actually successful at ganking apart from that one gank up mid lane. I don't think that's enough here to slow down Super.
Is there a point for you this game, Lumi, where Sniper kind of enters God mode? You know, where he's just so strong that no one can get in range of him? Like, we have seen those Sniper games, especially back in the old ho-ho ha-ha days, where he just would sit back with a Mask of Madness, BKB, a couple of key items, and someone walks towards him to initiate, he just kills them before they even get in range.
I think it will be super hard for him to get to that point. Pull that thought off move. Minds GH could force that, but he's up on a cliff. Do they actually know that he's dropped the ward?
Yes,
Chain
sir,
Frost
they
is there.
certainly do. The blinding light is there, pushing them away. Monet tries to claw at him somehow. Those claws reaching up the cliff. The invest from distance. Monet, that was a beautiful piece of art. Gets the kill. And they push now. They want to group up mid, and with the Keeper of the Light down, it's like they're thinking about it, but they also have to deal with this pressure coming bottom. It's been shoved in, and Liquid are responding with a double Midas here. The Lone Druid Midas, I believe, just been picked up. Now going towards the Radiance, has about 900 gold banked already towards it, and Miracle also closing in on his own recipe, so Liquid definitely hoping to slow this game down, but Mind Control, he could be the sacrificial lamb. The Shaker rumbles into this top lane. The ward was planted down. Mind Control, Fissure, but now he's got nothing left to save him. Rolling forward, or off the mark, but they don't even need it. Kill secured. Tower will stay up, at least for now.
Yeah, critical kills on these Blink Dagger buyers. Shaker was at 1,400, now down to 12. You know, Puck? Just
very close to me.
Yeah.
Pearl will get the deny here. GH does have the Force Staff ready, but still the coil's available.
Coil ready, yeah.
They could go for this. The coil could even hit too, but Curl's there with kick.
Oh my god!
Boom! He shoots. Will he score? The blinding light comes through. Now they assassinate. Orb will connect, and down goes GH. The tower now in jeopardy as LFY looking for that next objective. The Frost Armorlet super tank it up, already completing the Dragonlance, so the range increases. We talked about the gap close problem for Liquid. It's only exacerbated with these item selections.
Yeah, I guess these silver linings that you have Rupture, so defensive force staffs on the sniper is not as useful, but still, that's assuming you get close to that.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. LFY moving in. They're coming forward. And now Liquid continue to chase Arnie. One TP out. Savage Roar won't find him. Lich waltzing away, floating back to safety. And still Liquid are committing for this. I think they're not going to find anyone. Oh, maybe they get the Lich. Maybe they get the Lich.
Oh, they don't.
Even if they
so
do,
fast.
Even if they do, what does it really matter?
Yeah. He is level 8, fairly high level hero for position 5. But I think the most impressive thing is that LFY is able to get so much towers without losing their own, right? You're playing against a Lone Druid, and despite of that, they have lost one tier 1 tower, and they're applying so much pressure across the map. I think this is definitely slowed down GH's Aghanim Scepter quite a bit. He's only closing in to the point booster. The team isn't really good at stealing Roche. They're not very good at taking towers, well, in a kind of straight up siege fight right now, so.
Is this the way Liquid wanted to execute their draft? Do you see them as a lineup that wants to sit back, go double Midas, just kind of farm and dodge fights?
No, I think they definitely expected a lot more out of the laning stage. The Midas on the Bloodseeker is a reaction to the fact that he's so
They're
under-leveled.
converging on top. They're trying to catch out the Shaker. Mind Control's there with the Fissure, but in comes the Chain Frost. Out goes the Magnetize. Again, Apu on point with these kicks. Takes the Shaker down once more. Still no blink. We've seen blinks as early as like that 13, 14 minute mark. You go back to that XXS off-lane Shaker game.
Most support positions, when they have a good game, they find it around 15, 16, but you know, this is a very tough game for him. And he's got to be a decent lane match.
And Best Bomb is hunting. GH is going to be caught. There's the coil to jump. And another kill. LFY continue to punish. You mentioned the importance of Blink Dagger, and it's just LFY able to constantly pounce here now.
And the thing is, LFY is able to do this without having any vision into the Radiant jungle, or Dire jungle, excuse me. Team Liquid is going to get spooked. He's like, how are they seeing us? Where are they constantly finding us? They might need to go into D-ward, but there are no wards to be dewarded. As this is happening, LFY continues to apply pressure.
They're converting these into tower kills. The tier 2s are now both down mid and top. It, in theory, opens the way for Roche. Though you do look at LFY and say how they're not a very fast Roche team, really. No minus armor here. They're tanky with the Frost armor, but it's something that Liquid could potentially respond to.
Yeah, Monet is also not working for a Desolator, which you sometimes see. I think objectively, they're just looking to kill people and apply pressure as opposed to, you know, taking buildings.
Not again. Miracle. Not again. Miracle trapped out once more. LFY, no mercy. Throws in a wayward Rupture, but in Flame shrugs it off.
Does not care. Well, Team Liquid needs to resort to split push. And that's kind of what they're doing. They do have some very good vision in the enemy jungle. In fact, this one will scout out super. Do they have enough to get this kill? They need this kill.
He's out a bit far, but he slowly works his way back to the left. And Liquid are too scared to walk down that hill. You compare it to game 2 yesterday, Lumi, where that was the no-fly zone for their opponents, but they don't have that broodmother infestation. They don't have the 11, 12K net worth advantage, and they don't really have the reliable initiation.
Yeah. The Blink Shaker is so important, and they just don't have it.
Finally has picked it up. Mind Control just got it now, so perhaps Liquid can start making some plays.
Yeah.
This could be the start of a comeback.
I love the vision over here. This is where they're going to live for the next couple of minutes. If they get super once or twice, or maybe get the Lifestealer once or twice, they could be right back in this game. Because now your barrier is also big enough where you could convert these kills into very quick tower pushes. The Relic is, to me, flying in as well on the quarter.
Liquid mustering reinforcements. At the same time, like, they have invaded this LFY jungle, but it's almost as though they don't have an alternative choice. They smoke under a ward. Liquid could catch LFY napping here as they rotate. Bear out in front. LFY keep on going. Still that smoke. And Liquid retreat. Do they want to spring a trap here? They're setting up with an Illuminate. Ward's getting planted as they look to breach high ground. They're lacking the Bloodseeker for this fight, and in goes the puck. The smoke's gonna break. Orb coming through. He finds Mind Control. They get off the silence. LFY, the gift that keeps on giving. Another pick for them.
This is really reminding me of that Mind Control.
Radiant Scan even found someone bottom.
Okay. Sniper.
He's hiding in the trees. DDC's hunting. Shrapnel coming through.
One more Shrapnel.
Scurrying the hell back towards
Everyone
safety.
is out.
TP. Get the hell out, Liquid. The ward, meanwhile, does see that lone druid mid, and Apu is looking for a further pounce. LFY, they're the ones constantly going for these ganks, going for these initiations, and they find Matumba Man. Savage Rose there.
Hugs coming in
Gets him back to safety. Now the Boulder Smash forced out. And now the TPs come. They do have the Shrine. This could be dangerous for LFY, and they know it. They're going to back away.
Even though these kind of moves are not really converting into kills for LFY, they are still applying a ton of pressure where GH doesn't get to stack camps, doesn't need to get to farm.
And they might just get this tower bottom. Like,
they will get it.
If they get no kills out of that sequence of events, and they will. Monet grabbing the tier 1 in the bottom lane. That's 5 towers for LFY. Liquid have taken 1.
Yeah, they're also doing a very good job to make sure that no split push is happening. That's something that Team Liquid has been very good at. Yeah, sure, they fall behind a couple of thousand gold, but then, you know, GH is across the map, pressuring your towers. And now look at the next move. LFY
They're going to run into this puck up top. He starts with the silence.
Yeah, doesn't have enough by himself.
Wisely not picking that fight. Kuro instantly dewarded the lane ward mid, so LFY are playing quite a bit in the dark around this map. Only one ward, I believe, standing right now. A proud ward. Silence. Blink Orb, and now the TPs are coming in. They might take this fight. Miracle, he's committed the silence already. 3 heroes coming in. The Vest Bomb revving up. See a TP to that bottom shrine. Liquid continue to play this game of footsie, keep away. Trying to poke and prod at LFY, but not looking for actual head-on fights, at least not yet.
Yeah, I think a slow game also benefits LFY right now as this sniper gets completely out of control. I love the Medallion Lich pickup. You talked about how LFY does Roshan very slowly. Now they have the option to get a quick kill with the Lifestealer Bomb and then go right into the Roshan. Take even more objective.
They're moving down mid. Bloodseeker. If he farms this next wave, could be caught. The smoke is there. It's actually broken on the Lich.
They want the
now
bear.
Running forward, still committing for this. The Bear's already out of there. Liquid continuing to dodge these ganks for the most part. GH closing in on the Ags. It could be a painful time to lose him. But he hugs the tower for now. The Force Staff won't save him if the coil comes ripping through, and now the orb. Does he commit? Yes, they do. They get the coil. Silence as well. Pushing himself back and away, but the raging Lifestealer chews him up, spits him out. And now the tower might just fall. LFY could be taking the last outer tower. Sub 25 minutes. We've seen Liquid play these long, drawn-out games, Lumi, and prevail, but often it's from a significant advantage. Now they may be doing it from a significant deficit. They'll try to trade here. They're going to rotate. 3 to the top side, maybe try and push that tower down, but I don't even know if they get it. LFY have all 5 alive, and they could commit to a defense, so perhaps LFY has their cake and eats it too.
Yeah, the puck is probably the most important person to TP back.
They are TPing, but not straight to the tower. They're lacking the coil for now. The Bear munching rapidly, looking to bring this tier 1 down, and Liquid are in position. Pulling from the sides, they commit the glyph, and now the infest bomb forward, trying to bring down Matumba. On the side of this fight, there was an echo. Commitment for Super, they take him down. They couldn't kill the Bear. They lack the firepower. LFY, finally Liquid finding their opening, but can they deal with the lifesteal? The kick comes through, slowing the Bear down. On the backline, Kuro got picked off in the chase forward on the Miracle. Monet chewing into it, but needs a little lockdown as Apu tries to deal with Matumba Man. They're biting up more than they can chew. Finally, they will slay Miracle, and now they want Matumba Man. In comes In Flame, grabs him at the buzzer with the Yule. Another kill for LFY. A 2 for 3. But they hold the tower, Lumi.
To 5. 7K net worth lead. Checking on GH. Normally his timing to finish the Force and Axe is about 21, 22 minutes. We're closing on 26, and he's only halfway there to the Axe. We're going to see this fight one more time. They did pick off the Sniper, which is pretty good at the first half of the fight, but they threw everything on the Sniper. They committed the Echo Slam, they committed the Rupture, and without those spells, they just don't have enough to take the second half of the fight. There's no escape coming out from this essentially race car build from Monet, and they just chase him down.
I'm still not feeling the presence of the Bloodseekers in these fights. So often the Lifestealer just mans up on him, rages, and just doesn't care about that silence. And Bloodseeker is not really able to be a threat. Like when we saw Newbie running the hero yesterday, pretty much all the recent Bloodseeker games, he's been hugely impactful.
I mean, the difference is the fact that there is a Lich in this game. His level 6 was delayed to like, I think, minute 11 or something. And even after he's got his level 6 of Rupture ganks, I think that was the second successful Rupture gank we've seen in about 26 minutes of gameplay.
And that was a pretty risky maneuver by LFY. TPing into the Shrine, they knew Liquid had to be going for that aggressive push as they forfeited the tower bottom. All 4 heroes were missing, so they kind of knew what they were walking into, and they still took the fight.
Yep. Well, we're closing in on a BKB on the Sniper. Once he's got that, I don't think he'll die in engagement that he just died on. So
the way he died in that fight was he TP'd in like on the Shrine with 3 Liquid heroes behind him. If they're going for a siege, it's tougher for Liquid to get that type of flank off.
You were asking me earlier, you know, what makes Super into a Superman status on the Sniper. I think this BKB will kind of tie him over to that point. But more than anything, though, it's about vision and his positioning. So far, I think Team Liquid has done a very good job in terms of the vision game, but I expect as LFY begin to siege these tier 2s and high ground, that they're going to have sufficient vision to make sure that they don't get ganked and flanked.
As you mentioned, BKB complete. We can take a look at the items coming out now for both squads. DDC grabbed the gem, has the medallion, so Roach potential is ramping up. You can see Inflame well on his way to a Linked Sphere pickup. Great tool against the Bloodseeker, especially. Monet, as mentioned, did grab the Deso, now an Assault Cuirass being queued up. So across the board, LFY getting their items, even the Blink on Afu, and perhaps the most important tool for them. They have another way to initiate with these Lifestealer bombs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Normally, when you see a puck on the map, you're like, okay, you know, we're safe to farm because it's the most reliable way to initiate with the Lifestealer. And now, Afu, the way that he plays, he's constantly off the map. He's mostly hiding inside the trees. And as Team Liquid, you just gotta be afraid. You know, is it a Lifestealer and a
They jump. They jump in. They find Miracle on the high ground, and they munch him. LFY, easy pick for them.
That's a 60-second death timer on Bloodseeker. They could
He has the buyback. They are pushing out this bottom lane.
just go Roche, right?
But as you mentioned, Roche, right there for the taking. We'll see a Mask of Madness picked up here by Matumba Man. Now he's doing this into a Sniper, into a Lifestealer with the Desolator. Feels like a split push item, Lumi. Does not feel like an item that's going to let this bear fight.
Also, would not surprise me at all if Matumba Man wants to keep on split pushing. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter. If he's looking to fight more head-on, you know, building items like PC will help out there. We'll see where he thinks this game is going to go to, but I'm leaning with you, LD. I feel like this is going to be a split push game for Team Liquid to come back on.
Do you like them in that type of battle? Does their lineup... You have to keep her the light, right? You've got a hero that's really good in those spread-out type of maps. Bloodseeker, in theory, excels when heroes are isolated, can be picked off. The Lone Druid with an Axe could be a threat, but can they get there? That's the other big question. LFY are ramping up for an early high ground assault. The AC still being worked on. But aside from that, like, you've got one of the best high ground siegers in the game with Sniper.
Yeah.
And with the BKB, unlikely that they can gap close on him.
It also comes down to whether Liquid think they could actually still do their frontal push that they always love to do with the Item Scepter finish on the Keeper of Light. If you do want to do that 5-man group up, obviously the AC on the Bear is much more beneficial in that type of playstyle. It just comes down to whether they think they're going to be the pushing or whether they need a rat.
Definitely feels like they think they need to rat, at least for now. You see the Bear off the bottom lane. One thing that's been crucial for limiting their ability to do that was the gem pickup on the Lich. Previously, Liquid had 3-4 wards on the southern side of the map. It actually allowed them to see that LFY smoke gang coming. Now they don't. So Matumba Man hides in the trees. He lets the Radiance burn do the work bottom, but you don't really see the Bloodseeker actively farming the map. You don't see anyone from Liquid confident to show in a lane. Sure, they're hiding in the trees trying to get out, but they're not hitting creeps.
The other big thing is that we haven't seen any kind of solo Shaker pickoff, right? Throughout this entire tournament, you see GH, you see XSS, whenever they just finish that Blink Dagger on Shaker, they're off the map and they're finding individual kills. We haven't seen that from Mind Control, partly due to the fact that the Blink Dagger was so delayed, but also the lack of vision. The Gem, again, doing a lot of work here in this game.
It sounds really bad for Liquid. At the same time, they're down 14 kills. They're only down 6,000 gold.
It's more that they're down, yeah, they're only down 6k gold, but they just can't go out to get more
they might find Mind Control. Hey, buddy. Inflame comes in. Monet pops out. Mind Control. Dodging, blinking away. Does make it out to safety. But you know, LFY, they see the way Liquid wants to play this. They're hunting in the tree lines. They're dewarding the map. They're constantly scouting for heroes off on their own. As Apu sets up mid, he's going to make the move. On a Miracle here. Will there be a counter? LFY punishing Liquid in their home turf. The Magnetized pretty Miracle low. Gets to the shrine. Taps it and stays alive.
Sniper could not get vision for the Assassinate. Miracle is out. Shrine getting him back up.
It does say a lot about how confident they feel. They're diving heroes under the shadow of a tier 3 tower, unafraid that Liquid can respond. And they're doing it just with a squad of 2, maybe 3.
Now, let's see how the game changes, because we are approaching daytime, and I think that's where the Aghanim Scepter of GH will allow them to get a little bit of vision back.
They find Matumba lurking in the trees. Monet gets on him. The Bear blocks the path with the coil. Savage Roar the answer. Savage Roar, not matter. LFY slaughter that Bear again. He can kill creeps, but he cannot fight heroes.
We'll see if LFY decides to go on the high ground. They still have the Aegis on the Lifeslayer. He can be a great person to siege in the front line. Very resistant to the Team Liquid defense of things like Savage Roar, Blinding Light, Illuminate. And here it comes. But they are pushing daytime into a Keeper of the Light with Ag, so...
They do get a stun here into a silence and an echo commitment. Out pops the Lifestealer. Gets to work with a 4-step away. Good start for Liquid. They bring the puck down. Coil not available for this fight. Bloodseeker on the run though. Beat brought low. Monet finishes him off, but has he overextended. Gets lifted up. Still keeps the siege going as Super goes to the Assassinate. The small dot by Burrow. Nicely plays by him. Still though, they're in trouble. Lumi. Chain Frost comes through. Mind Control on the run. Liquid pulling out all the stops, but might not have the answers anyway. Monet diving deeper, forces them on their heels. The roll, the commitment from LFY. They force the buybacks out. They will lose their Aegis. Perhaps in too far. A gem casually on the floor, but coming in late. This is where the Radiance could be super impactful. No BKB. LFY, they've overplayed their hand. They're going to lose the sniper.
They ping out the gem. Somebody pick up the gem.
Wants to get away. Somebody grab it. Somebody grab it. Kuro going for the Assassinate, but the blink dodge.
Very smart TP by Matumba Man. He sees his teammate being dived. He TPs in front of his building and go for it, but now might be a little bit of trouble here.
He's still going in. He's still diving deeper. The kick is there from Apu. The committing from Matumba Man. They kill him under his own tier 4. LFY are not scared of Liquid.
Assassinate flying in. Apu doesn't care. He's tanky enough for that, and now they go back. They have the cake.
They're going to TP into the shrine, though.
Okay,
look for the rupture.
Back.
Blink into the trees. Miracle. Who's he going to find? Monet TPs. He's gone, too.
Everybody's gone.
Unbelievable. Fearless. LFY are styling on Liquid right now. Liquid pulling out all the stops with these individual plays, but it's just the raw punching power. They just can't seem to deal with Monet right now.
Very good initiation to start the fight, to try to blow up the puck, and they do, but critically, this team fight, look at the way that it's initiated. Puck jumps in, and then Apu jumps in, and all the meanwhile, the guy that's off camera right now is shooting at everybody. Sniper pops the BKB and just go in. We've been mentioning there is no answer for the Sniper until Matumba Man survives and come back. and then he TPs behind the tower. He then gets to do some stuff, but if the sniper is in position, he will ruin the game for Team Liquid.
I mean, that was pretty much like the best possible execution Liquid could have dreamed for, right? They get a clean kill on the puck to start the fight with the combo. Not easy to do when he has a Liquid Sphere and a Yule Scepter. On top of that, you smoke dodge the assassinate. You almost manage to steal the gem. The Lone Druid comes in late when Lifestealer is retreating and actually is able to do damage with his bear. And even then, LFY are still diving you deep, forcing heroes to die, and even forcing out that Rubik buyback. So that's like the dream scenario. Liquid have to keep on playing this well,
yes,
to avoid getting run over by the LFY machine.
This might be the smoke that will turn the tide of the battle. It is daytime. They got the GH vision. But look at LFY's positioning. They know that's coming.
This is like the reverse Night Stalker. You know, when it's nighttime you hide, when it's daytime you hide.
Yeah. I mean, LFY knows that the only way they will fall behind now, and
the double smoke.
Yeah, they are
Nobody
so
ever
desperate.
sees the double smoke.
They are
coming.
so desperate to find something, but LFY just knows they're gonna sit here.
There's no Roche to take. There's nothing really to lose except the tower, but Liquid are not going to walk in for a headlock siege, and now LFY, now they leave their base. They're in Liquid's head, Lumi. That might not mean they win the fight, though. Liquid on the low ground, but they have the flying vision they could set up here. Look for the initiation. Who's going to get the jump? Apu has been the solution so often, but they actually head south. The climax, it fades away. We won't get that big fight yet.
Back to farming. It is nighttime, and ironically, it's the time that LFY wishes for.
A prize.
You gotta keep in mind that the Dire popped double smoke. They are still working with a vision disadvantage thanks to the gem. Supports are super poor on the side of Team Liquid. There is no answer to Sniper. This Lifestealer is already getting to be fairly big. And of course, on the other side, Miracle has still been struggling.
Sniper, if he wants to buy it, has an MKB.
MKB is going to be fairly important when it comes to playing against Blinding Light.
You've got a Halberd to worry about this game. You have the Blinding Light, as mentioned. You have that Radiance, so it's a pretty important pickup, as you mentioned.
Although, you know, more than
even
all
a
of these,
Solar Crest on the Bear.
More than any of these items, though, still, it just comes down to position, right? Because
Vision and Initiation.
Yeah. If you just get ruptured as a sniper, then suddenly your game gets really hard.
They're hunting Kuro. Oh, a dodge. They are going to pick up a gem. And one thing that was really a crucial part of that last fight, where we saw a ton of sick individual plays in the combat, was just the fact that LFY got away with the gem.
Yep.
So they held onto it for DDC. Liquid would have loved to be able to deward the map, maybe gain vision supremacy, but now Darkness falls again, and LFY start to move in. And you can really see this yin and yang of the mid game, where when it's daytime, LFY are going to play safe, especially if Roche is not up. And when it's nighttime, that's when they get aggressive. That's when they roam, looking for pickoffs.
Mind Control seeking these individual solo kills, just waiting for somebody to be farming these waves. And he might get it here. Puck rotating in, but gives up his position here by the fissure. Simultaneously, the split push continues with the Tumbaman. And he does have that point booster, so he definitely is going for the Aghanim Scepter build.
Ags Mask of Madness, and we have seen Liquid, if you go back to Game 2 yesterday, where they advanced to the lower bracket finals, they lost 4 heroes in the team fight, and they took a lane of Rax, who basically that was the trump card that won them the game. So this is a team that knows how to win by dodging fights, by baiting you into fights and going for key objectives. LFY will constantly have to remain vigilant that they don't give up any freebies. But they have tier 2s, Luby, at least mid and top. So options for Liquid to go for that split push, that bait of sorts, are fairly limited for them.
And I feel like every second that this game goes on, LFY is just getting a little bit more from the map. Roshan spawns, moves too quickly, LFY demolishes it. And now this is Aegis and Cheese. Cheese most likely going towards Super.
Maybe grab the Aegis, Monet the Cheese. No, Monet will grab the Aegis.
Either way.
Cheese to Sniper. Extra lives for the cores, and LFY still all according to plan for them. They haven't managed to crack this Liquid defense fully. They constantly hunt through the tree lines, searching for the Shaker, for the Lone Druid. Even killing the Spirit Bear is a nice consolation prize for them, but you can see Mind Control just digging his way deeper, tunneling through these trees on the left side of the map. Always trying to stay invisible, just looking for openings. Even a kill on a Lich could open the way to potentially do a bit of split pushing.
I mean, at the same time, he also has no vision, right? So he's kind of sitting in the trees blind.
You don't want to send your base because then you're just doing nothing. But
He's kind of doing nothing in the tree.
But hey, if you're in the tree line, maybe that nothing turns into something.
Okay. I mean, the cup is half full, I suppose.
Still in flame. Hunting. 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 Not going to find GH though. Meanwhile, my control, he pops out top. Game of cat and mouse here.
And I do believe, again, Team Liquid dodges yet another very dangerous phase of the game. It is daytime soon. So maybe now they go for yet another smoking.
Smokes are a precious resource in a game like this. And that was why it was kind of important to note that Liquid blew 2 in that last venture. Normally you won't see that kind of commitment.
Yep. Also, I would say adding to that list, scans are very important as well. When you have so many people hiding in trees.
In the late game, you look a lot at buybacks and item pickups, agents and roaches being crucial. I would say this part of the game, the smokes and the scans are probably a bit more important in most cases.
And maybe even the number of wards, in your shop.
And the gems to go along with that.
Any kind of way to get a positional advantage, vision advantage. And
now move in. They try to jump there. Cool. They're going to set up. He's got a BKB. They might be able to force it out. Boulder Smash, but the fissure interrupts. Mind control, timing it right. Pushing Monet away. And they'll get that Bloodseeker back to safety. But you can see 2 of these lanes are shoving in, and LFY can see very deeply tucked behind his team. Super can begin to chip from low to high. Monet, he thrashes this tower, rapidly brings down a quick snipe. Dagon is up on the puck. Didn't even have to use it there. That Rubik has no buyback. This is a pretty big kill.
Yeah, very good snipe on the Rubik because he just so shrapnel. Shrapnel is fairly annoying against a pushing lineup.
So they get one. They're going to rev up for a follow-up infest. They're going to TP away to bottom lane. Maybe they just go for this bear kill. Would be a juicy one. They pop the lifestealer out, kill up these creeps, rage onto the bear. And this will limit the split push if they can finish it down. Elstoge with the savage roll.
Shakers on the chase.
Flames committed. Meanwhile, they are hunting for heroes. Super gets up to low ground, or up to high ground and away to safety.
Yep.
Again, that is what Liquid want to do. They want to pull LFY apart, spread them out, and then find openings. The gaps in the armor.
This will come in.
There are no gaps in the armor right now. You got frost armor.
It fills everything in. You'd think Liquid would be masters of it, given their name and all. So far, it's not proven to be the case here.
Also, we're getting to a point where, as we see, Team Liquid has to worry about the bear survivability. There's way more than enough damage to kill the bear over and over again. So this split push game plan is very safe. At the same time, the bear is 300 a pop whenever it dies. On a very long cooldown as well.
You kind of look at it like we're going to feed the bear. It's about limiting how many times it dies and trying to push as much as possible.
Right, and how much time you could delay with the bears.
It's a min-max problem, but you accept there will be some damage.
High ground temp, number 2, this time with the double damage.
Try to hold the line here. The bear is off split pushing. The tower drops rapidly. Taking him out. Moving in on America with the BKB. The Echo commitment with the sniper. BKB. Counterplay now. We still get the cheese. The courier dies, but more importantly, Matumba Man might fall. Pushed away. Chewing forward.
Got cheese.
Monet gets Savage Road back, but Apu. He's committed to this. Blinks in.
Assassinate.
Looks for the kill. Get it 2. Back for the melee. No, they want more. They bring down a few. Liquid scrambling the buyback. Sounding the alarm. The base is under siege, but in the top lane, the bear is split pushing. It's going to take the melee. Liquid will get a Rex of their own. Can they hold the line? Melee is still up for Liquid. This might actually be a win for them. LFY need more kills. They need to get back soon. They got to commit to something, Lumi. Monet's going to take a melee. It is alright, even through the backdoor protection, so 1-for-1. But the bear drags creeping bottom, and Liquid got a whole lane.
How are they doing all of this? Finally, the TP comes out. The bear
He's almost got another counter.
Yeah, he's gonna get a tier 3. And now
TPs. They're gonna stun up the puck. He won't get back. Doesn't have it. Now the tower down. The Savage Roar and retreat. Liquid again and again. The rat tactics are working. They might get more.
They're gonna get the sniper. They are gonna get the sniper. Puck is on the retreat. He's very low in terms of mana. Kuroki trying to lock it.
Into the tree.
Do they know?
But catch him. No
they need vision. No
they gotta do a blind. They assume he made it to the low ground, and Monet is lurching forward under a dire ward. Shrines are now opened up. How does Liquid keep on pulling it off? They're down 21 kills. They're down 11,000 gold. They can't fight head on, but somehow the base trade was successful. Wow.
split push from a Tumberman. We said that might be the way to do it, but we didn't really think that he was going to do it.
TPs are essential for LFY. Boots of travel, definitely something that we're going to want to put in the quick buy. You can already see the sniper Super recognizes it. He needs that extra bit of mobility. They can easily get outmaneuvered here by Liquid.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to TP during daytime, right? GH is going to provide the vision. You got the Shaker with a long range disable. So, you know, on this big stage, we've seen some big TP cancels, taking me back to TI3, but you know, stuff like this could happen in this game as well.
Mind Control did manage to complete a couple of extra items here. Go that Blake, the Force Staff, the Shadow Blade. Crucial for giving you the mobility to catch those fleeing heroes who just want to go home and defend the base. LFY are going to head out on a journey, an expedition for a kill. Buybacks become very important in these base race scenarios where Inflame is hunting. He's going to tumble man. They're going to try to jump him, but the Lifestealer popped out too early. Monet premature from him. And now they'll have to settle for something else, the Rubik. Meanwhile, the Bear is already moving in top. They might try to go for the split push, but it won't be quick enough. LFY can back a hero or two if they want. In fact, the ping is already there. Super knows somebody has to stay home. Somebody has to keep the fires burning.
Normally in a situation like this, you get a kill, you go for an objective, but LFY, they're so pressure on the side lanes that they get a kill and they have to go back and defend. So these kills aren't really that big of a deal here for Team Liquid. Big wave pushing in top and bottom. And now, you've been mentioning the whole game, LD. Now the map gets stretched open. That's where heroes like Bloodseekers gets much stronger.
They're looking for mind control. Abu, is he going to find him? Walks right into him. Two ESs crossing in the night. Who's going to get the kill first? Boulder Smash coming through. Follow-up is there from DDC.
Shadow Blade.
Going with the Shadow Blade.
He's out.
Homies. He gets out of there. Gem can't be everywhere. Inflame can't be everywhere. But Liquid, maybe everywhere. They can.
Yeah, they are everywhere. You got dudes in the tree, you got the global recall happening in, and this is all during nighttime. Daytime, I think we're going to see Team Liquid come in alive again. And most importantly, Miracle nearing that level 25. How often have we seen that cooldown on the Blood Rite being so damn annoying against pushing lineups?
This game could end in one fight. We are 47 minutes in. Both teams have claimed a melee. Tier 3 exposed additionally for Liquid bottom, so we could see a rush towards the throne. We could see Megas instantly grabbed by both teams. LFY do have the Boots of Travel. BOT level 2 could well be the next selection for them, and then all of a sudden you've got 3, maybe 4 heroes that can instantly arrive at the Liquid base, win in a split push war perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's always dangerous base racing the Spirit Bear.
This is where, you know, having buybacks is super crucial. Super maintaining his. Inflame also has his. So in terms of LFY's defense, even if they lose a hero or two, they should be able to defend their base. And I think Sniper is nearing the God mode territory, but still.
Crossed Armor could also be MVP. DDC, maybe not the sexiest hero, the Lich. Not necessarily the one you take home at night, but Crossed Armor can get the job done, Lumi.
Team Liquid smoking at nighttime. This might catch LFY off guard. They've been playing very cavalier during nighttime, thinking that the smoke ganks won't be coming, but Sniper shows his face on the mid lane. They get Sniper here, that would be huge.
But if they can combo him, they can kill him. They've got Blink,
Shaker,
they've got Force. If he comes too far down the river, he could be punished. DDC nearby, they might even get more than one. Liquid moving in. They're going to scout Super right as he gets on the BKB. Mind control one for the Lich, and now he's going to try to walk into this. Miracle retreating out. The BKB's not doing all that much. The Bear's still smacking him. Super's being controlled for now. He gets pushed away. He dies. He bleeds out to the rupture. Now Liquid want to retreat. Miracle's BKB expiring soon. Can he win the man fight? They control the Shaker. They control the Shaker.
They bring the Shaker as well.
Now they fight onward. Magnetize coming through. Ripping through the Liquid backline. Massive damage by Abu. Rolling it again for round 2. Round 2 is mind control. Swings that totem. Breaks down more. Top lane is nearly at the base. The dust comes in. Mind control's brought down. Buybacks. Buybacks everywhere. Now Kuro on the run. 3 are dead for Liquid. 4 are dead for Liquid. No buybacks left.
The Bear is dead. Is the Spirit Bear still alive? No, he's off the map. I don't see him anywhere. And now Sniper gets to walk all the way down to the mid lane. Can GH defend against the world? We are seeing Illuminates being lined up left and right. He's got the vision to survive. But these big creeps, they're going to survive these Illuminates, and they're going to charge in. All Sniper needs is just a second
in the base. On the tier 4s.
Illuminates,
or maybe the Megas. Which way LFY want to play it? Well, they want to play it. GH, he has to be a goddamn hero. He'll try. Sniper still chasing him off, but with the commitment, again, somebody to illuminate, but cutting him off. Assassinate is the puck, and now it's on to Structures. They're going to have a solid 30, 40 seconds before any key heroes respawn. It's just Kuro on the lowly Grand Magus. Impoverished as all hell. LFY, they dealt with the split push, and now they look for the tier 3 bottom. They look for the lane of Brax. The Rage is being run down. The melee also slowly falling. LFY, they want the world. They've gotten one lane. They're going to get two. They might not end the game. They're not trying to go for the throne here. But they get that much closer, Lumi. They get that much closer. During that time, Liquid never got to execute a split push play. They never got to go for the rat tactics. They fought LFY head on. And now coming into the next fight, LFY 2, maybe 3 buybacks up.
We're going to watch
Liquid,
this team fight one more time. You said the BKB on the Sniper, and he really didn't do that much. He got ruptured, but he does have BKB and the buyback and the BOT to get into the fight.
And they still have the ability to get back in this fight quickly because of the BOTs, like you mentioned. Shrines are down right now, so that mobility is essential.
Also, critically, Matumba Man committed his barrier into this fight so that when he does die and the bear does die, there is no split push. Sniper comes back in on the second half of the fight. Really tough fight here for Team Liquid. They did as much as they can, but the buyback from Super is what sealed the deal.
It almost was a clean initiation on the Sniper. The Lich walked on the ramp like a half second earlier. It looked like they were going to catch Super to start the fight, and then it would have been very different. But now, round 2 of that crazy Roshan dance as Inflame starts it, moves on, kills off the Keeper, no buyback available. GH is out, Kuro's in danger now, the Fissure coming through for mind control. LFY looking for the reset, but they've gotten more. Kuro will fall, and now Miracle on the run. Liquid, no split push, no rat, just a TP away. Miracle will make it home.
But now Roche is going to go to...
BOT's Lumi. BOT's coming out.
Okay.
It might be all in for Liquid. Go for the trade. Go maybe straight for the throne or the Megas. They're going to be down lives here.
I think it's so tough. If you don't kill the Sniper, he will be able to defend so easily with Shrapnel as well as, you know, just natural range. And he's going to get the Aegis off of this. Super had to buy back in the last fight. His team should give him the Aegis. He does. Also, I want to mention this is one of the few cases in a puck game that you see him get 25 and he doesn't get the plus 420 GPM. We're going to see the illusory orb distance as well as speed. I mean, this game is all about the fights. It's all about catching.
And mobility.
Yeah.
Just getting back to that base a split second quicker, catching a hero, and hell, catching a bear. They'll trap him in the night, and they'll look to bring him down. Monet chewing through El Doge, tasering the poor guy down.
We've seen Team Liquid struggle back from bigger deficits, but this one is...
They might find another. Mind control, creeping around. The night is dark. The night is full
of terror.
Of Chain Frost.
All right, he's out.
But
He's got 4 staff.
Dodge.
He's got Blink. He's got the gem, so he should be okay. And now, systematically...
Look at this. The anti-Tinker wards have been out for LFY. They might just keep that going, Lumi, as the game grows later.
Yeah. It's been out for a while now.
Yeah. And that's really how they should be looking to play it. Constantly try to find heroes. Hell, the bear hiding in the trees. 40-12, and Liquid are still somehow not out of it yet, but they might be on their last breath now. Coming in for the siege is LFY. The lanes are pushed fairly well in all 3 sides, but the bear is doing the work bottom, and that is the exposed lane.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
LFY might need to send someone home soon. The BOT's on cooldown for the puck.
This is gonna be a very
has
slow
it,
push.
But doesn't want to use it.
You got Illuminate as well as Bloodright.
The bear's coming in quickly.
Yeah.
They're painting it out. They know it's gonna be here, and they've actually walked the puck home. He get BOT back. They want to gank that bear, get the Megas, and not give anything up.
And if this bear dies, they won't have a bear for at least 30 seconds.
Could be enough time to just end the game.
We call back the bear.
They bring the bear home, but that also buys them time. They can try to wait out this Aegis.
I mean, look at Super. He's just struggling to push. He eats Illuminates, he eats the Bloodright, he gets his Shrapnel stolen. I just don't think LFY could breach the high ground like this. They need to wrap around, make a play. The bear shows on the mid lane. They scout it out with the ward. Can Puck find him?
Bleeding out.
They found it.
No, he pulls it back. Get out of there, Matumba Man says. It's not safe.
Fast reaction.
Pandas are endangered.
On that recall, and Sniper is still working on this building. He's been here for like 2 minutes.
They're still hunting though. They're still pushing the bottom lane. It's not going fast enough. LFY, this could be the time for a full committal. They push him back, ruptured up. Monet gets back to safety, throwing in the urns. Super doing the slow, but steady work from the low ground. Still has that Aegis, still is the Satanic BKB. Has lots of extra lives. Mind Control might have to jump. The Bears back bottom. Liquid, just keep the yo-yo action going. Slow it down, split push it up. Don't let LFY come. Illuminate spam, shrapnel spam, towers down below half, the siege continues. It's getting low, they might have to make a committed jump soon, and Monet surging in again, trying to force the issue, banging on the tier 3, he'll bring it down, one more hit, the sniper does it. And they've also got the puck back. LFY playing this right so far. They have not made a mistake since that early split push. 55 minutes in. Keeping an eye on the buybacks here. There's 4 for LFY, and they've got the Aegis. Liquid only 2, but several of theirs going to cool down soon. They've still got this one lane top looming. That's all that stands between LFY and Megas.
Critically, Sniper also has ramped up to Satanic, so trying to kill this guy 2 to 3 times in a row. They can control him very well with things like Savage Roar, Fissure.
They're trying to get the bear again. They saw it head into the jungle.
That bear is elusive, man. The Mask of Man is coming in big right now.
He's even going Deso. He is all in on this split push, but Apu,
sure.
He's all in on the hero kills. Worming his way through the trees, actually painting out Mind Control's exact position, almost like he knows he's there. Could roll in. He jumps forward. Creeping in the night. Apu, the pride of Southeast Asia, looking for the opening, but it's actually a flame. He gets in there first, and he catches enough. Monet moving forward. They get turned back for the racks. They get turned for objectives. Focusing on Eldode, but they're buying time. They push Monet around into the echo and into death. But still, Inflame answering back, blinking it with the silence, looking for more. The racks are being sieged. Liquid are not split pushing. Liquid are not split pushing. The bear now. All that's left. They commit. They commit. They will lose the sniper. He's coming back for round 2 though. Still they haven't taken his racks.
He's got BKB.
Liquid are holding.
BKB activated, and now he's going to go right on everybody. Super cannot be controlled. They're there. That's the second line. They get the bear.
The Fissure. Now the follow silence. They might bring him down. Can they slay the beast? They kill him. He's going to buy back. 2 minutes on the sidelines. Miracle needs to get the hell out. Solo. Apu rolls him down. Everybody buys back. And their mothers too. Miracle's back in the game. Fighting that sniper. Under the fountain.
He's going to get left into the fountain.
They're in the fountain.
Sniper is dead. Satanic. Can he actually come back? He's alive. He's in the fountain. Oh my God.
Rupture. They might be able to go back the other way. Liquid not out of it yet. Miracle with the blade now.
Oh my
he
God.
can die back too.
Liquid.
He fights on.
Liquid could do it. Everyone's buybacks now. Everyone's still teleporting back.
Coming back in. They're not over yet. Gets the coil. Gets
Miracle.
Glimmer.
Where are the gems? Somebody save Miracle. Oh my God. It's fast kill.
Hiroki, they want the Rubik as well. Diving forward. Great Magus down. 4 are dead. All that stands is the keeper of the life. GH. Gotta be a goddamn hero, but the base in shambles. The tier 4's being sieged.
They're going for the tier 4s.
Every last trick. Every last stop got pulled here for Liquid, and still LFY, they're prevailing now. They're gonna take the tier 4. The throne is all that's left. Liquid, they poured their hearts out in this game 1, but the game is LFY.
There is no way they're gonna make their best Savage Roar. The kick for the stun, blind, but not be casted. He's silenced. The throne is down.
Unbelievable! Wow! Sensational showing here. Forever young stayed, I wouldn't say cool, calm, and collected, but just
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Still go for it. I really, really like it against Furion.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin had an 80% win rate in the group stages, and as the main event progressed, it dropped a little bit, but still stayed strong at 75.
LFY just keep it open a bit. I think Liquid doesn't really want to pick it with the Shaker to have like both Shaker and Nyx as supports, but at the same time I think Kuroki can still play the Nyx as a 5 if they want to go that way.
Yeah, they could do that. I don't know. Trying to think. I think it's important for LFY to have a lot of creep clear up against Furion, especially when you have a Lich on your team. You kind of want to make that Chain Frost effective as much as you can. So Bloodseeker and Puck have a lot of AoE to... Okay, back to the Crystal Maiden. We've seen this hero a couple times now against Lich. Liquid taking it up. I think Kuroki's played it once or twice this tournament, and they've obviously had success on it, being in the lower bracket final today.
Fits well together with the Prophet as well to make sure that he has this extra mana to summon more trees and be more annoying the
GH can also just run around on that Earthshaker, probably with first item boots, and not have to worry about ferrying out clarities or going back to base.
So right now, LFY, would you describe them as quite strong at ganking with this lineup of Puck and Tusk, who both have a lot of mobility to bomb in, and Bloodseeker?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think they have the ability to play fast. Most definitely. Puck is kind of their only control right now. Tusk is he's a strange hero. He initiates fights, but doesn't really have a ton of catch, at least in my opinion. That looks like a Matumba Man Venomancer, I would guess.
Liquid has a lot of ways to actually scout LFY now with the Treants and as well as the Venomancer ward. So if LFY is gonna try to catch them, they're gonna have to address this like Treants and the split push.
Yeah, then also a really strong laner. He can do pretty well solo and like Crystal Maiden, maybe farm some jungle creeps, and then the occasional Earthshaker gank coming in will allow him to secure kills on the lane.
Yeah, I think that can't be overstressed because Crystal Maiden really struggles to get levels with the change in the jungle that happened a few months ago.
Yeah, she's a little bit slower, but you know, people feel like the aura is still good enough to pick the hero, and I agree. I like the hero. I'm a little... I guess what I really like from Liquid is that their draft looks like a Liquid draft. Last game, it was a little... I mean, we saw a lot of the heroes that some of these classic heroes that the players play, but not in that kind of combination together. Usually it's, you know, one or two of these. They didn't really get all of them together too much this tournament, and it changed their playstyle. I don't think that they were too comfortable with the heroes that they had, and this draft looks a little bit more them for me.
LFY, I think, have a real hard time dealing with split push right now. I think they're a pretty decent team fight, but getting around these Nature's Prophet summons, these Venom wards, is just not really the lineup to do so. I think they have a lot of problems getting vision on the map, having problems with Morphling. AM, probably not as big of an issue because they have Bloodseeker.
Oh. An Alchemist final pick out of Team Liquid, and we've seen Alchemist completely warp games.
They're going back for Lifestealer?
I'm a bit concerned with the Alchemist because they can put Lich mid, LFY can, and then Liquid is going to have a Maiden who can't really help mid that much. She's not that strong.
Yeah, Shaker won't do that much either, right?
And then the other hero they have is Shaker, so Alchemist might suffer a bit of on the last hits in the early game.
He seems like the hero who's going to be the hardest to help on Liquid. You know, I'm sure Shaker could gank Nature's Prophet's lane or Venomancer's lane pretty easily and secure a kill, but where Liquid will most likely need help will be enabling Miracle to have a good early game.
At the same time, he always finds his farm, so Liquid will probably, as I say, focus on the other lanes and make sure that the Prophet is going to keep safe in where it is.
Like Bloodseeker goes mid against him, for example, like Bloodseeker's going to be incredibly farmed, and he's going to be off to a really early start, and he can run around and, you know, he could get an early Shadow Blade and start picking on it
as well, so it might turn into this game where like just chasing the Alchemist in the jungle and he just can't find the farm.
Yeah, if they get, I wonder if Bloodseeker would even consider going Hood. But if he got like an early Hood and he's running around with Ice Armor, I think he'd be unkillable for like the first 20 minutes.
I think I prefer him as a 1 though, here.
Yeah.
And Super, they've been giving him more hard carries. The Sniper that we saw.
Super is stepping it up. Yeah. Like we saw him playing a lot of these like hard 2 heroes like Pugnas and Death Prophets and Omni Knight and Bristlebacks, like kind of these like simpler heroes. But look at him stepping it up and like playing an incredible Sniper last game. We saw him play Storm Spirit not too long ago. really kind of stepping up his game, at least in my opinion.
And as you said before, looks like Bloodseeker will be mid, facing against Miracle's Alchemist, and that is going to be one of the big stories of this match. Can Miracle do what Alchemists do best and gobble up all the farm on the map? Or will LFY be able to shut Team Liquid down and advance to the grand finals? Let's find out in Game 2.
Team Liquid has attended 6 internationals, Lumi, and they have never gotten to the final day before. This is their first time here on Championship Saturday. They are 1 game away from elimination. They've gone for a different draft here, picking up the Alchemist to round it out, and LFY, they had a chance to reply. They grabbed the Terrorblade early, or in response, I should say, so they go for some heavy push here to round things out.
I really like that Team Liquid, even though that Miracle didn't have a good last game, really struggled to find that level 6. The Bloodseeker almost, I want to say, did fairly little throughout the mid and late game. They still have the confidence to go back into superstar players like Miracle. This game is you. We're going to stack camps for you. We're going to protect your jungle for you, and you're going to carry us.
Crucial to that game plan will be the mind control. Hero has risen as one of the Maiden can't really help mid out that much. Maybe the Shaker won't be able to do much. It could fall to the profit of mind control to secure the early laning stage. So we'll see how Liquid want to lane it as they enter Fields of Dota. Could be their last time if they can't pull this one out. Afu running something different here. He is playing the Tusk this time around, and I know you mentioned during the draft there was a Nyx available, so interesting to see. I think this is, to me, probably more just about keeping Afu comfortable and getting him something he wants to play, even if it's not like the most meta hero necessarily.
Oh, he's really good at the Nyx Assassin as well, and I know I don't want to be a Captain Hindsight, but Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace, in terms of the mid-game ganks that you could do against an Alchemist, those are great, but instead he is going to be playing the Tusk. I think the most important point that we should begin this game is talk about how can LFY invade the jungle, because that's what Team Liquid's going to be doing. They're going to stack Ancients, they're going to stack multiple camps. Do they have the heroes that you could go in and either disrupt a stack that's being taken or just steal it all together? I think that's where Bloodseeker, for example, is going to be fairly decent at, where Puck could just blow out a couple of creep camps and waves.
I actually think the Terrorblade is very important there, not for the jungle invasion, but he's the one that takes these towers down.
Sure.
He needs to have a good early start, and they need to make great use of Metamorphosis. They don't really have any push outside of that. There's a Puck, but there's no Growl to back her up. We're going to see some early pressure here for Mind Control as the battle for the runes begins in just a second, and the Fissure comes through. They might even get the first blood now. Monet's got to get back out of here very quickly. They're hounding him with auto attacks. He does have quite high armor. DDC in reserve, and now the snowball forward. Maybe it turns the other way. Mind Control still in pursuit. Now turning back, retreating to safety. Liquid, you mentioned invasion plays of LFY later on in the game, but Liquid are already getting aggressive here.
DDC eating a creep, okay. That is some impressive amount of damage that they did to Terrorblade. 11 base armor with the 4-man shield. Still, they were able to chunk him down.
So they're dodging the matchups here. They're going to actually, as we'll see Afu continue to pressure Mind Control. They're sending the Alchemist bottom movie. Traditionally, this hero as a core is almost always mid, just given the great access to the runes and especially the bounty runes.
Yeah, I think this is a beautiful lane
Roll
matchup.
in, Mind Control with the TP out, but LFY score the first blood. Early to get on the board here. Matumba Man will look to enter back, but with the help of GH, they move on to Super, holding that Fissure in reserve. They're going to slowly work him down. Super likely going down unless he gets some crazy last hits off, and he won't. So Liquid do answer back.
Yeah, we're starting to see why this is such a good lane matchup for the Venom against the Bloodseeker. If you land that Venom at scale, it doesn't matter if he's getting a couple of last hits. He still has that Blood Rage on himself, and he'll take a...
Uh-oh.
There you go, again.
Flame trying to jump away and down into the river. He's going to take some heavy punishment. We'll get back to safety, but he is definitely not having the kind of start he did last time around as the action continues to heat up mid. Matumba Man looking for the follow-up here from the Shaker. Might be diving Super under the tower. GH comes through with the Fissure. Matumba Man looking for pursuit. Afu is here just to try and salvage this a bit. The Venom mid
needs to get every last hit here.
Super down, and he's got to get these last hits to stay in fighting shape, and he's going to miss that range.
There's a Gale. There's a Gale available.
The connection. Super didn't get it. Super maybe going to go down. The Fissure. GH does it again, and now they might get Afu too.
He's got Snowball.
Afu trying to retreat, worming his way through the trees. Snowball, but where's he going to go? Which way does he roll?
He's got shards.
Afu, one auto attack. They can't get a range. Just GH in pursuit. The shard block away. Afu finds the answer. But still, GH is
GH has clarity. It's going to be a long clarity. I don't know.
It's going to be a long, long chase, my friend. But he does at least force him on his heel. So this switch up from Liquid is working wonders for the mid lane, and it's going fine bottom, at least for now. Lumi, Miracle is CSing very well here.
I wouldn't say fine, I say they're doing beautifully, because the Puck also, by comparison, is not doing anything. Crystal made it not the best zoner, but always threatening a kill with the Frostbite. Frostbite going on the Puck here. They're going to harass him down a little bit more. Face committed. He needs to orb out of here right now.
And he will...
But lane 1, right? No Shrine available. He needs to make the walk.
And soon enough, that may not be a way to get out safely. Once Mind Control gets a few more levels, potentially Puck actually dies there.
Yep.
So.
Of course, the Mind Control Prophet could always just port in to help out these mid kills as well.
So how do you feel about the choice of LFY to focus the Lich on top? It is really slowing Mind Control down early here.
I think that as soon as the Lich...
Miracle could be in danger. Heads to the north. The Prophet there to turn the tides. Mind Control should be able to get Inflame as a trade, but they have lost their prized Alchemist. The Jukes. The Jukes gonna die. Inflame coming up clutch. Mike Kuroki now on the run, and Afu hammering him down. One more auto attack scores to kill the Puck itself. LFY coming up the clean win, and now he's been searching for Mind Control. They forced him to TP for this. He's got nothing out of this rotation aside from some creeps. Costly for Liquid.
Very smart movement by Afu. Came in for the kill, and as soon as he got the kill, he got level 3.
Still chasing though.
He should be fine.
Inflame will be finally forced onto CLs and likely back to the well.
Yeah, as soon as Afu turned level 3, he leveled up his Frozen Sigil instead of upgrading his either of his first 2 spells, and as a result was able to pick up the Kuroki kill. But still, I think what is the most important thing for me right now is that LFY Super is not having an all-star game. He's getting absolutely shut down. We've seen Miracle last game getting shut down.
It's such a smart matchup by Liquid because even, you mentioned like you're going to get Galed when you go into last hit, and the thing is like he doesn't even have to get you. He can just auto attack you and pressure you back. So LFY finally going to rotate DDC towards the middle lane.
Yep.
Gale comes out, DDC in position. He's going to first deny that one creep. GH marching forward. The Frost Armor in play now. Not going to really be too much of an issue for the Veno.
The big difference is that whenever Super goes in for a last hit, it could be his death.
Yeah.
But Tumblr just does this very safely.
What does still in pursuit? GH lurking in the trees. There's still no vision here for LFY. The fissure comes through. Gale to connect. Afu perhaps to the rescue, and now snowballing forward onto Matumba Man, onto GH, who dives deeper for this. He doesn't even have a... Oh, he does have the totem swing, but the Frost Armor keeps him alive. Matumba Man gets the last hit on Super. Now trying to back away the Sigil. Flies high. Matumba stays alive up to the high ground. He's going to have a Gale soon. Afu, he's in deep. No, he gets the kill. Oh, if that Gale came out, if he lived one more auto attack, it's likely Afu's death getting killed under tower. Instead, Afu, the savior of this laning stage for LFY. Certainly not the first time he's been that.
And LFY just being very active. They smoke up on the mid lane. But they're not going really
Where do they go? They might want to roam on this Alchemist bottom. They're thinking about it. Super being pressured. And meanwhile, the Courier getting sniped. Beautiful pick there by Mind Control. As you can see, he rotated deep behind the tier 2 top to bring it down.
I think they're setting up a kill on Matumba Man, but it's going to be a tough one here.
Going to try fishing. LFY. We saw pretty much every smoke gank, every early rotation paid off for them last time around. This game, not so much, Lumi. Yep. That one really good fight in the bottom lane. And all the while, Alchemist topping the last hit charts right there with the Terrorblade. He does have the one death, but it doesn't feel like they've shut this Alchemist down. Leader in net worth by 500 gold. You know that's going to accelerate.
He's at half HP. They see him.
He doesn't have his level 6 just yet. Now the Frost, the Nova coming out, the follow-up snowballs through. Shards to connect. Afu trying to finish off Miracle. He is relatively...
Oh, the Centaur!
Centaur, 6-man for Team Liquid.
Is it enough though? The Fissure's going to come in.
Sigil.
They have vision thanks to Blood. Oh my god, he just walks away. The Centaur MVP. Afu swings around.
And all the while they're pushing mid. Mind Control, he came into this fairly abandoned lane. Miracle cheering himself on as Liquid close in on their first tower. This is going to open up the map for the Alchemist. LFY slow to respond. Tower down. Liquid, a big win for them. Lumi, they're up 3,000 gold already.
Critically, we have LFY getting the Rupture very, very soon. The Puck also about to hit level 6, so I think we're going to see the first power spike of LFY. It is very important that they use these coils in conjunction with the Terrorblade. Terrorblade should TP in, they coil, they get a kill, and they get a tower. They need to do this repeatedly and apply a ton of pressure on this Miracle. You could even argue that
this
Miracle
Bloodseeker is poorer than dirt right now.
Yeah, he is.
I know the panel mentioned we're likely to see a lot more Bloodseeker, but this seems to be a case study in how you don't want the hero to, or how to be Bloodseeker. Yeah, just Veno him in, and he'll get shut down.
Well, we're going to see Gale.
Now the Poison Nova to follow up. Terribly does have the early Sunder. They're going to try to kite him from range.
He's getting kited non-stop.
He's ticking down. Treants are hounding him. Monet's going to have to Sunder. DDC says, here, you take the punishment.
They're still blocking him, though.
The blocks! Mind control! Coming in deeper. They might get 2 hero kills. Apu arrives, looking to save the day. Monet's not dead.
Deny him?
Not dead yet. Doesn't get the deny. They get 2. Liquid.
They'll get 3 here.
And it's Apu to fall. GH finishes the job.
Mind control. He might be dying here. Puck misses his orb. Super micro on his little tree, and the rapid nature on point. 10 out of 10 Prophet play, man.
Oh god, you do not want to fall behind early to a Prophet and an Elf. Even the Veno, like these heroes with early towers down, they just extend their tentacles around the map, you know, and it gets hard to go anywhere. You're all farming on your own, all of a sudden, Prophet jumps you, Fissure comes in from Fog, you lose a core. We'll have another look at this fight. It just shows the power of the Venomancer and the versatility of Matumba Man is one of the few carry players that consistently can rotate to mid when duty calls.
Yeah.
I think he's been playing mid more than Miracle scored mid down the stretch.
That might be one for the stats man to figure out, but really good back and forth jukes, force out the Sunder, and LFY makes the best play they can by committing for the kill, but they lose out 3 for that Venomancer kill. Not work.
It also shows where the Veno could be very useful later on against the Terrorblade with that slow that persists even after you beat KB. Just a good way to kite him, maybe keep him out of the Sunder range.
Yeah. I think also the more important factor is that we've seen Metamorphosis being used so many times now.
Smoke up from LFY, looking to get back in this game.
This is their game plan.
This
use Metamorphosis
for them.
Get a kill.
Alchemist is not home though. Back to top lane, they're looking for a dive at the same time that LFY sets this one up. They're going to find that puck. He tries to jump away. Meanwhile, bottom the roll forward. Fissure is there to interrupt, and Matumba Man standing his ground. He tries to stay alive. Apu's not getting the job done. Apu likely to fall here.
I think they just went a little bit too soon. Monet didn't have the Metamorphosis just yet. He couldn't attack the Fissure.
But still mind control. Will be chopped down. Super with the trade. Somehow Inflame jukes them all out. Stays alive. LFY pulling out all the stops. They do lose the Nature's Prophet. That Inflame died earlier there. Perhaps this tower falls. Playing with fire. Knows that Prophet is dead, but could buy back if he sees an opportunity.
This reminds me of that Alchemist game that Irgo played earlier. Just look at him. He's free farming. Nobody's interrupting him at all.
I can't believe that these LFY heroes got out of that fight. And that is really the silver lining. Is like, sure, LFY, Apu miraculously gets back to Fountain with the TP, and meanwhile, you do have the puck living.
Bottom lane.
LFY are still in danger of losing Monet, and all the while, Miracle's farming up. There's
Trap him.
There's the surround, completely treant in. An army of Treants slowly working him down. He stands strong, but they nuke him down slowly from range. Heroic's gonna pay. But well worth it for the greater good as Liquid find 1 and GH. He's looking for more. Fissure comes through. Sprout as well. Sprout MVP of this game so far. DDC down. Mind control backing off. GH getting pushed away by the creep. Super joins the fray. But what can Super really do? He can't help it. Apu and Matumba Man gets another.
They got Fissure. They will use it.
Sprout again. Sprout again. He's got the pass out. That early Quelling Blade saving lives. Still though, pressure, pressure, pressure. And all the while, Alp, he's hitting creeps. 2K net worth advantage now. Alchemist, the question was, how will he lane? Will the Lich be able to slow him down early? But they dodged that matchup. And Miracle has just been free farming all the while. Clock's ticking for LFY. Matumba Man TP still coming through. He gets him in time. Apu is there. Echo Slayer. Echo! Just a second late, the Venom will fall, but still they're getting the trades. Apu gets muscled down, and all the while, Miracle is pushing and farming top. Liquid, the two-pronged assault is paying off.
Oh, they're teleporting right behind DDC. DDC's gonna get Sprout as well. They're gonna right-click him down. Chain Frost, not gonna be enough. Couple more right-clicks. Hug coming in here. He needs to salvage this fight.
Not sick. He can fight this maybe. Coil even committed. LFY pulling a lot. Might control the trees.
Okay.
Goes for the TP.
He should die. He should die on this TP. No, he canceled the TP.
The jukes.
They still see him though with a blood. Okay, still jukes.
LFY.
One more, couple more. He's still alive right now.
Oh, he does finally fall, but top lane looming. They got the tower. He's still hitting creeps. He's now got 1,000 more gold in the bank. The relic is coming soon. LFY have an Alchemist problem. They haven't even taken that top tier 1. That's normally the strength of a Terrorblade pick, is to at least get those early towers with the Metamorph. That's not happening.
Also, we got one of the fastest Blink Dagger on a 4-position support. 12 minutes in. Shaker has picked it up, and we're going to watch this beautiful juke left and right. If he completed that TP out there, he dies to the coil snap. Recognizing that mind control says, nope, I'm going to taunt and just walk it off. He does eventually die, but
space.
Yeah, space indeed.
And now more space opening up.
More blocks, though.
The blocks coming through. Quilly playing your way out of this one. Super, these trees can't be brought down so easy. But he will finally make it back. Again, Bloodseeker, he's so far down in the net worth, Lumi. He's sitting below the enemy Earthshaker.
Support Bloodseeker.
Of course, it is a support Bloodseeker. He's going for a 4-step. Oh, it'll help you a bit with the rupture damage, but this is not the script that LFY had cooked up. Now Liquid, a 7,000 gold lead. It's kind of shades of Game 2 from yesterday where the lanes just went so well for them. It's hard to see how the opposition can get back in the game. How do LFY recover from this point?
I'm not too sure. The plan A of getting ahead with Metamorphosis, sieging at towers, getting a ton of picks with your Bloodseeker, none of that is coming online because they don't have that good laning state.
And look at this. They know LFY is alerting around the tier 2, so they're going to make the move in the bottom lane. On the end lane they go. They'll jaunt away to safety, but they're just pulling LFY apart. Meanwhile, the top lane being pushed in by that Prophet. All the while, Liquid maintaining a good
mid as well.
farm, and now they're descending on mid. They want to bring down Monet. They do manage to frostbite him. Still, he retreats. The Prophet's coming in, but they are fighting under a shrine. This could be bad. They've had second thoughts. TP.
Oh, the shards.
Snowball forward. Big commitment from Afu, but Kuro gets back and away to safety. Now Afu's in too deep. Flood Right coming in, but will it be enough? Afu won't make it out. Now LFY looking for more. Rupture on the Venom, but you don't want to fight up that cliff. The high ground is Liquid's, and Super backs down. Now Liquid starting to congregate, and all the while, Alk just keeps on farming. Relic, 250 gold away. Radiance, all recipe already picked up, so it's about to be a 14.5-minute Radiance armlet.
Yeah,
he's got the Relic gold now.
He's got the Soul Ring in between that slowed down the timing a little bit, but still very, very good compared to LFY's gameplay. Like, I don't think they could deal with the Radiance
now. They do see mind control here, but Liquid are backing him up. They come in force. Echo Blast! The totem! Now the turn. The Chain Frost bouncing, but Reaper to soak it up. Chain Frost alive. GH still standing. Somehow he lives on. Oh, wait, no! Oh, one last Chain Frost bounce does bring him down. LFY, God, they needed it, but still, end of the day, Liquid, they don't lose a key core here. The Shaker already has his Blink Dagger, so he's not worried about this. And now in the mid lane, Super's being pressured again, but Tumble will tank the Rupture. They're throwing a lot for him, and Alk's coming in from the rear. Look for the stun. Revved up onto Super, falls him down, but Tumba stands strong, and Liquid are just swarming to the point of attack, zerging their way across the map. Just a caravan of heroes pursuing out Afu, driving him back on his heels.
They got Sprout, if he has vision.
They have the Alk coming in from the side, the good shards block, but now they get the vision. They know that Inflame is low. Just look at the way Liquid are playing this. It feels like they have that Coddle in the early tower advantage, the Broodmother even, just the level of aggression is enormous.
Yeah, also the big difference is that LFY cannot come back in this game via split push like the way that Team Liquid extended it last game. You don't have heroes like Keeper of Light, you don't have heroes like the Bear. I mean, your best split pusher is the Puck, but I don't know how much a Puck can do. The Puck by himself also isn't very good at hitting buildings. I feel like LFY has earned a one-way ticket to Game 3. I just don't see what their lineup could do here.
Have not GG'd out yet, so certainly LFY feel like they have their ways back in, and we have seen clutch plays from them. We have seen mistakes throughout this tournament. That's the pressure that the big stage brings, that the $18 million still up for grabs today can thrust upon teams. LFY still, though, the tower advantage, Lumi, that is such a concern for them. They've yet to take a single one, and they've got the Lich. In theory, the team with the Lich should be looking for the tower advantage with the Frost Armor.
Oh, I guess the Prophet is doing a little bit more.
Yes, that's certainly the case. So, how do LFY progress from here? Do they try to do what Liquid did last game? Go a bit greedy, grab some extra Midases, rat it out? Can they even pull off that type of play? I don't think so. They've been trying to go for kills to get back in the game. They've mostly itemized the fight early with these 4 stabs being picked up, kind of relying on the Rupture damage, perhaps. We do now see 2 completed, a Hurricane Pike even coming. They're all gank items. They're all fighting.
I think
these are not the farming tool.
I think you have to fight your way back. Like, if you buy Midas style, the Alchemist ramps up so quickly that before your Midas even kicks online,
Could this be the time Could this be the opportunity? LFY, they see Matamba, they're gonna roll in, Rupture coming through, punch up in the air, silence him up, the Gale comes out, and now they recommit, they push him around like a ping pong ball, but he's still not dead yet. Now out comes the Nova, he gets off the Poison Nova! Matamba Man's gonna do a lot of damage in this fight. LFY needs to back up, and the chain cross bouncing almost perfectly under mind control, dropping a blow. A Benno for a toss that's the train thus far, but now GH gets more. Puck drops, DDC with the TPL, he needs to get out quickly, he won't make it. Liquid grab a third. LFY all in on the fights, all in on the ganks. The way they've itemized, the way they've played multiple smokes, and it is just not working now, Lumi. Yeah. Sure, an even trade as far as gold goes relatively, but an overall big loss for them. The Roche about to be picked up, a crucial checkbox being ticked off for Liquid.
I think LFY definitely was looking for kind of a random pickoff, and then they just want to slow down the Roshan. They really couldn't actually stop the Roshan.
Gonna make a move here on Monet. Looks like perhaps the force tries to retreat out. Meanwhile, they're also streaming towards mid, and Super is racing away. The Aegis claimed by Miracle. Won't see any follow-up commitment from the MP. But Liquid, they hold that tower. Even while they're rushing, a Crystal Maiden alone drives the Terror Blade away.
In fact, that was a 5v4 engagement that LFY initiated.
Hoping they're going to fight bottom lane. Inflame going in, he's diving deep for Kuro. He just wants a simple support pickoff. That's all he hopes to get out of this, but can he even achieve that? Now Mind Control joins the fray. The Fissure comes in again! GH gets another. It's a pop down for a Crystal Maiden, and all the while, Alchemist pushing the top lane. LFY, these aren't trades, these are just losses for them overall. Still the tower stands, still Mind Control dodges away. They have no follow-up pursuit. Now the Venno joins the fray. Monet's in deep. Monet's out right now. Tries to get the auto text up, pushes his way in. Under Mind Control, but now Miracle, he responds. Coming in with the kick. He's got the Aegis, he will stay alive. Hardly could be toggled here, perhaps. Gotta time it right. Backs out. LFY now a full-on retreat from them. They lose their Terror Blade, they lose their puck. Well, they get a profit out of it, but they still have not claimed the tower.
Or the life of Alchemist. This Alchemist is just way too big. Mantis out now. Online, I just don't think their lineup could actually deal with Illusion at this point, right? Who could actually kill them? Illusion? Puck, maybe? That's it?
And now Mantis style completed. Yeah. The split push ramps up. And like you said, LFY just not that good at contesting the Illusion. They don't have a natural Hex. They don't have a Pugna with an Aghanims, you know, anything to instantly kill them. They don't even really have that much mobility to hunt the Illusions, like, globally around the map. So Liquid continue to get their plan together. The Sprout getting dropped, the Fissure comes with the Acid Spray laid down, and it's in all kinds of trouble. Liquid quench the fire, and they will take the tower now as well. Tier 2 dropping, one step closer to that game 3. It's still a long road, but they're getting there. Slowly but surely, GH, the commitment forward. He brings in the Fissure. He's got the Echo. He's gonna use it. No, the Sunder comes out. He retreats, he resets. He lets Miracle do the heavy lifting, and that is enough to get the kill. Afu with an uppercut. The Sprout out, almost saving him, but in the end, will go down. Liquid, a 3-for-1 exchange for them. Cores are melting. LFY are not farming. They're not split pushing. They haven't gone greedy. They're fighting and they're losing the fights. Liquid, tier 2, dropping here now. They are so far ahead. 16,000 gold, almost closing in on that 1,000 gold per minute advantage being accrued.
And part of the reason why they're so ahead is they're also defending every single tower. Mind control, porting around the map, making sure they don't lose the tier 1. Crystal Maiden you saw earlier, defending tower. And yeah, sure, we see the Sunder being pulled off here, but it doesn't matter. They just overwhelm the Sunder. GH does end up going down, but right now it's LFY losing the war.
That is certainly the case. Liquid, already the Alk off to an 18,000 network accrued. So much for shutting the Alk down early. You know, LFY maybe thought they could do it. They went for this Bloodseeker pick, looking for strong lanes with the Lich, but Liquid outmaneuvered them. LFY were unable to respond, and now they play inside a huge hole, trying to crawl the way out, but the walls of that hole are slippery as GH he pokes his head out. Finally, maybe LFY gets something. No, GH! He's too quick! Just blinks away, zips out of there, and they're pushing top. So even if LFY gets this tier 1, they're likely giving up a tier 2. It's about to drop. Mind control. Last hit claim. The trade is there, but it's not the dream scenario for LFY, not by any means.
Well, let's begin and test how good is the LFY high ground.
Can they defend? They have that Blood Right spam, but it's not the late game threat where, you know, you've got the talent for the reduced cooldown, and meanwhile, they're losing Super. Bloodseeker trapped down, he tries to run away, but the Alk stun, pounding him, locks him in position, slice, dice, see ya, Super is dead, and meanwhile also teaching out is the Tusk. Mind control, no way to cancel it. This Bloodseeker just doesn't feel like a hero. Earthshaker has done way more and even has the net worth to show it.
Yeah. Also, I don't think...
And we're comparing a support to a core there.
I don't think LFY could repel the pushes by blowing up the creep wave either, because you know, you can just make more treants, you can spam down more wards, and you just put the Alchemist in the front. He sieges with a ton of items. I don't think LFY has enough damage to kill through Miracle. LFY has to find a way, but it's going to be tough. Modane's going to get caught out.
More coming. Meanwhile, LFY also streaming in with the Echo and a You're a goddamn hero! He finds 3! Forcing LFY back! Now they can maul that Terrorblade, bring him down as well! Liquid, another clean win for them. They lose nothing, and they go straight into the base.
Miracle hitting building at this point. They got the Prophet teleporting in. They do not care about this Blood Ride. Rupture is going to get spent, but I don't think he cares for that.
They push him around, even if he
tower
dies, he's going to buy back. The
no.
doubling, the team control, the tower isn't enough Blood Right. It might finish him. He's buying back Lumi. If he needs to, he'll come back in, and he might not be even required. As Liquid, looking for the melee, are about to grab it. LFY, how do they fight? They have a coil. They might want to engage now. There is no Aegis.
They find the puck.
It's GH again! How does he keep on doing it?
Oh, the puck's somehow still alive. We'll tap the Shrine. Miracle has already claimed the top lane of Rax. No need to go crazy here. Just reset. Wait for your Prophet to come back and go again. Slow and steady.
You know, I was going to say, after game 1, like, they figured out the Keeper of the Light. You know, they give it away, and then they still deal with it. But now GH showing, I don't have to play Keeper, I don't have to play IO, I've got a Shaker in my back pocket. It was actually the hero that he won the most games with out of all of his supports coming in, and you can see why now.
Yeah, I think it's very dangerous to assume that Team Liquid can only play one style or one set of heroes. We see Brewmother coming out, we see Huskar coming out, the Alchemist coming out. There's still a lot of cheese left to be discovered, and I definitely don't think this is cheese. I think the fact that they laned the Veno early on versus the Bloodseeker was the reason why that LFY is so far behind.
LFY, every time they have gone for this deep rotation, it has backfired. The trap has been sprung. They keep on attempting these hunting maneuvers, but the treants are there. If the smokes aren't up, LFY, even harder to pull these ganks off. And even fewer targets that are killable. Like, maybe you go for the Veno, but very likely he's going to get up the Poison Nova. He's tanking up. The Shaker is always a threat to completely shut down your initiation. And of course, the Prophet, the Alk are getting too tanky to burst. So Liquid have more and more ways to punish. They still have those towers up with the Shrines to give them a quick, ready response option. And they give up nothing freely. Now a 24,000 gold lead. They're almost at that iconic 1,000 gold per minute advantage mark. Now hitting 25k advantage at 25 minutes. I mean, the numbers are bad. They're real bad for LFY. And this is bad too. They're going to lose in flame bottom.
Displaying that Orchid, combination with the Shadow Blade, nothing much that Puck could have done. I do want to mention your suggestion earlier of Midas on Bloodseeker. We saw Miracle going for it when he had a tough time in the last game, and honestly, it might have been the item of choice this game. I was worried that the Midas might not have paid off in time, but he really needs to hit level 25 for them to actually have a chance. That Blood Ride cooldown is probably going to be the best way to defend their buildings, but he's gone for the Radiance, and honestly, I'm not sure how much it'll do.
Yeah, can they farm their way back into this game? They're down 27,000 gold to an Alchemist and NP with no outer structures up. They still don't have the Radiance. They didn't go for any other farming tools to try and accelerate that. I mean, that is hopeful if you're an LFY fan.
They could go for the Roshan whenever Liquid wants, although they're just too busy farming the whole map. Here goes with the BOTs, taking every bounty ring. That's a cool thing to do. Shrines have been down for LFY. Their map control is non-existent.
One lane down, Liquid, 2 lanes to go. Perhaps just wait for the next Roche. More tools to find those pickoffs coming in. Glimmer Cape on Kuro, Shadow Blade on the Shaker of GH. Already Mind Control has his. The mobility is there. They're going to commit on Kuro. the CM kill. It's something out of LFY, but they don't get the big one. Prophet's out of there.
And I guess the silver lining is that all of these ultimates are fairly low on cooldown, that you can't keep making those small ganks. I mean, the one CM kill doesn't mean anything, but if you capture a couple times...
The Dark Cloud, though, is Liquid are taking Roche, so...
I mean, they were going to take Roche regardless of what LFY is going to do, right? So... Small something for LFY.
Miracle does snag the Aegis, Matumba the cheese. Liquid closing in on that round 2 siege. They show GH out in front. Yep. Unafraid of an LFY venture.
You were asking what can LFY do. I really like this kind of line of ward they have in place around their map. It just shows you that if somebody steps out of position a little bit, they have an option to pick them off. The heroes are fairly mobile in terms of the puck and whatnot. But
GH gonna rumble forward again.
Yes. Are they ready for these Shadow Blades?
Even if they are, it's tough to have the true sight everywhere. And GH wide and wing from the trees. The sentry comes down. He breaks it. Close call there, but now trapped on a cliff, and in trouble is Afu. He gets pushed down to the low ground, but the pursuit coming out. Look for the TP, look for the dive. They get the vision. They don't get the kill, but more importantly, they dodge that LFY foray. Even stepping outside the base is courageous from LFY. The way this game has turned. Now an assault caress complete on the out. Prepare for the onslaught.
It's siege time, right? If you're Liquid.
I think so. Top lane's pushed in. Mid lane about to arrive at the base. They're going to push on bottom, so they maximize the distance that LFY have to travel to deal with the lane of Brax that's already paved in, while also fighting this fresh siege. Here comes Miracle onto the high ground. Strong up in front. They try to slow him down. His own illusion being turned against him here, doing something for now, but he just fights through it. Unaffected, at least for the time being. You can see Prophet also thinking about a creeping in maneuver. Miracle still at full HP. This tower's dropping, they're gonna rupture him. Blood right as well. Push back to safety, he can heal it off. Glimmer Cape even coming through. Miracle playing patient here. The Prophet ult ensures that the lanes will not push out. LFY, if they want, they could just sit back, wait out this Metamorphosis Lumi, and then LFY will have even less tools to deal with this siege.
Yep. Go do it again here. We got the ultimate back on the Alchemist. Chemical Rage ready to go.
See the Prophet is rotated top. They're just going to play it slow, steady, patient. And as LFY rotate, now they start to come back in. Pulling LFY apart at the seams. It's the Liquid way for sure. Illusion again being created. Pushing him back for a moment, but he gets a few swipes in. That tower continues to drop even through the Frost Armor. One step closer, one step closer. Liquid looking for the giant leap. They bring Miracle down to half. The Blood Right comes out. He's got to back away. The Glimmer Cape protects him.
Still has Aegis.
No rupture. Yeah, still Aegis.
Yeah, he's not worried.
And remember, he could have buyback for all they know. So in theory, they might have to kill him more than just the 2 times. This Flame tries to stall things out here. He's in pretty deep. Looking for the jump away. He does blink out. Facing the right direction. But the Trams just swarm back towards top. They've gotten the power down. They close in on the second lane. At some point, LFY, they're going to want to fight. But meanwhile, mid, look for the jump from the Shaker Fissure. Nice spaceship. He looks for the blink up, but the Prophet bounces through. He won't be able to retreat easily, but they're content with this. They don't even want to die. The threat of the Echo is a bigger problem as LFY losing their range. Frost Armor, not enough illusions coming in. There's no more Metamorph. How do LFY hold? They're down 34,000 gold. There's an Alchemist terrorizing them. The Tumba Man diving in.
Chain stun city.
The chain stun is there. Backing away. Won't get off the ultimate. Thunder not available. Base is crumbling. Liquid are going to pull it out. They've taken game 2. They force a deciding game 3. Lumi, I have to say, when they walked out of that booth after game 1, the Tumba Man was smiling. Their manager, Mo, he was smiling. They didn't seem phased even in defeat. And they show it here that this is a resilient team.
For sure. I mean, they had their fair shares of 100-minute games. They also had fair shares of 20-minute games. This team could do it all. And I think this game was due to the very, very smart drafting of Curl and the very smart laning of Team Liquid. I almost felt like this game ended at 10 minutes in.
I would agree, and I'm not sure.
Ben and Troll both banned.
5 seconds remaining.
The Rubik is most likely like to just keep it quite open because they only see the like shaker and they don't really want to commit to anything.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to steal Fissure. That's an incredibly good spell to steal on Rubik. Also, an instantaneous lift disable for Batrider if he blinks in and lassos somebody. That could be pretty effective as well.
I wonder why they banned Troll. I don't think Troll's particularly good versus Nature's Prophet in lane or even in the mid game.
He has quite high armor at least for the Treants.
We saw terribly get picked and he got crushed.
No good, not very many good spells to steal for Rubik, other than the ult. Not that that would require a ban.
I was thinking, there's a lot of other heroes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just.
Team Liquid have used almost half of their reserve time for this critical pick 3.
LFY.
There's a Necrophos still in the pool as well.
Wow, Spirit Breaker, they're going for it.
Now, Spirit Breaker has not been picked too often, but in a few games at the main event, Spirit Breaker was one of the highest impact heroes.
So you think Kuroki will play Spirit Breaker and GH Rubik? Or is this a GH Spirit Breaker?
I mean, Kuroki has been playing the Spirit Breaker a lot of the times before, but I was thinking that he was going to play the Rubik just because...
That's his hero.
Yeah.
He is with the Rubik.
But
Random magazine.
at the same time, if GH is playing the Rubik, it's not really the GH kind of hero that we've been seeing him playing before.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, it's still a hero that can make big plays and get a lot done. I'm sure he plays a phenomenal Rubik as well.
For sure. It's more that it's like the a Visage pick that we saw him play the other day. That was really not his type of playstyle. Or it might have just been that game.
I'm curious because Rubik, you mentioned this is a pick that doesn't really reveal anything. Does Spirit Breaker reveal what these next 2 picks might be for Liquid, or at least a theme that Liquid's looking for?
It definitely says a lot about your draft. It speaks more about what your possibilities are when you're up against this hero. It's incredibly hard to split push. There's going to be constant fights that Spirit Breaker is going to... what Spirit Breaker does on the map, he just walks around, he finds a hero, and he charges that hero. And the rest of his team kind of follows up on that. So LFY needs to be ready for these charges and ready to take on massive team fights at all stages of like the early game.
And we don't like heroes like, let's say, Lich. Lich, I think, is really terrible versus Nature's Prophet Spirit Breaker. Doesn't really stop the charge.
Yes.
You might win the lane, but you're...
Witch Doctor's great. Witch Doctor has the cask that can help deal with some of the treants in the early game. Also, a nice disable for Spirit Breaker. It's really, really difficult for Spirit Breaker to charge an ulti combo up against the Witch Doctor because he's going to be getting hit by that cask at least once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times if he's unlucky.
The Witch Doctor is also one of the strongest laning heroes, as Peter said, with the cask. So they might want to, like LFY might want to try to go for a more lane dominance lineup this game compared to the last one.
Let's not forget that Liquid has the last pick in this draft. You need to be on the lookout for Miracle playing an incredibly high impact hero, which is on its way. Could be that Alchemist again.
Yeah, this is a reasonable setup for the Alchemist. Obviously, Rubik, Spirit Breaker, great at disrupting enemy lanes. Nature's Prophet and Venomancer, very strong in lane anyways.
Do you think they would play Morphling without Lich on Liquid for Miracle again?
I think it's pretty good versus lineup. I think AM's also a very realistic possibility.
Yeah.
I think Morph, I don't think that they will pick him, to be honest, but and they will probably ban Alchemist from LFY because they picked it with these 2 core heroes from
definitely
Liquid
think Alchemist is the ban.
Team Liquid.
So what is there a... Oh, taking the Morph.
They're taking Morph instead,
I love it. What kind of... So... Do you leave Alchemist? Morphling's pretty good against Alchemist because you can just take the Radiance, but I feel like that's a little risky.
I think you can get like run over
10 seconds
before
remaining.
Morph comes online.
Yeah, definitely.
5
So
seconds
Team Liquid
remaining.
needs a carry that can get huge.
A strategy used in most games. Farming or carry. Maybe a Lincoln Sphere carry? Something to help with Lasso? They don't really have any, other than that Rubik lift, nothing super defensive
LFY's turn to battle.
save whoever the Lasso target is. I mean, there's Weaver, but that doesn't seem like a Miracle hero. There's still...
Invoker, I suppose, but not really the right click that you need.
Melees really aren't that great versus Morphling.
TA suffers a lot versus that.
I could see Invoker work if they try to just pressure them early on to not let Morph
Miracle hasn't won that much on Invoker this tournament. It's actually been one of his weaker heroes.
Well,
but definitely an option. Yeah, they leave in the Alchemist. Dangerous game. Ooh. That's a confident ban right there. Just saying, go ahead, take your Alchemist. Oh wait, maybe they take it themselves.
Doesn't that seem like there would not quite be enough farm for both Morphling and Alchemist?
Morphling could transition to like that 3 position and just throw out a bunch of stuns. I don't know. I mean, drafts are going to get crazy, especially in the grand finals in a best of 5. There's going to be a lot of mind games going on. Embrace the mind games. How creative can we get?
Team Liquid's turn to
LFY's final pick is Death Prophet. Strong at pushing.
Yeah, a little bit of early game, some nice AoE wave clear for the Treants. He's like, Death Prophet's actually struggled against Venomancer because Bucking Matt was talking about it. Death Prophet is a very movement speed dependent hero, and Venomancer will be throwing out slows left and right.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, that breaks the links.
Yeah, certainly that.
Siphon.
Yeah, also being able to run around and put your ultimate on the
At the same time, DP is good in the sense that she can actually like get health from her Siphon Spirits.
Yeah.
So when Venomancer is using all of his spells and the Spirit Breaker charges in on you, you can just drop 4 of them.
It's tough. It's tough to gank Death Prophet as Spirit Breaker because you're always just going to get siphoned up.
Yeah.
They still go with the Alchemist? What do you think?
I don't like it so much for Morphling.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What else do they have?
I'm trying to think.
Well, it looks like Team Liquid also struggling with the final pick.
I think you just go for it. You know, Game 3, lower bracket finals, TI7. Stick to your guns.
It's gonna put pressure on LFY. At least if they pick the Alchemist, they're gonna be pressured from this last game that they're gonna have to shut him down.
One thing you don't want to do is put Miracle on a hero that he's not incredibly comfortable with. Terrorblade, all right. Well, definitely. Fight them. We'll see. It's a little bit different. Miracle certainly can play this hero incredibly well, but it is not the traditional Team Liquid lineup that we're used to seeing.
Well, we saw Team Liquid struggle when it was not a Team Liquid style lineup. This might be LFY's ticket to the grand finals. It is now time for your final lower bracket match. Take it away, casters.
Game 1 was crisp, confident, and virtually flawless from LFY. Forget about that. Game 2, a complete stop by Liquid. Forget about that as well. All that matters, Lumi, is this Game 3 right here, right now. 2 top teams in the groups. Whoever takes this goes on to the grand finals. Newbie waiting in that best of 5 finals.
As we get deeper and deeper into a best of 3 series, later on a best of 5 series, the draft starts to get a little bit more and more wonky. And I think this was one of those drafts. We had the panel talking about GH on the Rubik, a hero that kind of will just sit in the lane and not affect the map.
That Fissure, there's the Grifflin Tough Yank, Batrider, potentially a kill. I don't think it's quite as good of a Spirit Breaker game as that one was for Puppey, but that said, they do have the Prophet +1 factor, and that's always something you have to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think I need to watch the mid matchup. Is it going to be Venomancer versus Death Prophet? Because
speaking of the mid matchup, Miracle, perhaps he's heading mid here, is playing the Terrorblade as that early pooled regen with the poor man's shield. So is LFY, do they mix these lanes up?
Ooh, I really like the warding coming out from LFY. Look at the 2 river wards. This is actually pretty rare to see, and they just want to make sure that every time that there are charges to the mid lane, they will be fully aware of it.
Mind control already, trying to get his bully game on. So Liquid go with the offensive try set up initially. You can see some deep zoning, trying to pressure this side lane Morphling. Every little poke counts.
There are a lot of taunts on Prophet. I think he has more taunts than any other heroes, and I think that one by far is the best taunt.
Raining in the gold. Well, they might not have drafted the Alchemist, but Prophet can certainly farm duty calls. So how will they settle down here with the lanes? At least for now, the Spirit Breaker going to handle the block. It does look like the Terrorblade mid. Do you think LFY expected this laning setup? And how will Terrorblade fail? Or fare, I should say. Poor choice of words. Versus the...
Well,
Prophet.
if GH goes for the courier snipe, which he's not going to get because Afu will be the secondary courier to bridge it through.
Charge comes in, early harass here.
Lift him up, toss him
They
back.
are going to look for more. They lift him. They drop it.
First blood, maybe.
Can they finish up Super?
One more hit.
Fissure. One more, they get it! Liquid with the early first blood.
You asked how he is going to fare. If he gets a first blood, he is going to do just fine. He might have a little bit of trouble as Metamorphosis is down for 2 minutes, but that high base armor, the fact that he is going to get a lot of rotation support from the Spear Breaker, I think Miracle's going to be just fine.
They're charging top now, setting up for Monet. Does Kuro really want to dive this tower? He crossed the tree line, then backs away. So our other lane, this bottom setup is going to be a Venomancer taking on a Batrider 1v1. Now we have seen Batriders get solo kills in that matchup. Generally Veno, a 1v1 specialist. So we'll see how it works out. In Flames.
This is actually one of the worst matchups in the game. And
on there.
Like what we're watching right now is
oh god,
why. Oh, that's a kill attempt.
Batumba. They're also looking to dive the top lane simultaneously. 5 stacks. Batumba staying alive for now, burning but not going to fall. And now diving forward. DDC is probably the easier kill, but it's Monet they want. It might be Monet they get. Kuro's still there, cutting him off at the pass. Body blocking it. Monet slowly being worked out. This Morphling, we're the masters of Liquid, say Team Liquid, as they conquer him and now turn back to the tower. They're already bringing this tower down quickly, Lumi. Now GH is diving deeper. The laning setup is caught LFY off guard. Can they at least get a counter kill? GH with the lift back, run away. Witch Doctor's pretty high base damage. This tower is gonna fall sub 3 minutes at this rate. Where is the defense from LFY? They're getting pushed in so rapidly.
Morphling is notoriously one of the worst laning heroes because his stats are just not great. His range is very low. And even though Witch Doctor is such a good support overall in the laning stage,
he's squishy.
Yeah,
he's a little immobile. And Liquid, first blood, second blood, tower down. They're farming decently mid in the meanwhile. Miracle holding his own here early against Super. The Veno, sure, struggling quite a bit bottom, but he's not dying, at least for now. So Liquid off to a strong start in this deciding.
Courier gonna get sniped on the mid lane.
Mind control gets it. This is the dream start for Liquid.
They gotta cut him off. They gotta force a kill here.
Through. You can just run the other way. Where's the follow-up? Nobody else coming in. Mind control. They're gonna slow him down a little bit. He starts dancing. He starts taunting. LFY are not having it though. The body block's coming out. Apu's gonna have another fissure soon. Well, Mind control will be dancing back to the grave and back to the well. LFY do strike back. Great body blocking there from Apu. Scores them a much-needed kill.
LFY needs to punish Team Liquid for committing so many heroes on the top lane. You lost the early tower, you lost a couple kills. You should be winning these lanes.
They're looking to go on bottom here, perhaps as well, but no mana on Inflame.
Yeah, the fact that he committed for the Flame Break, which is such a rare skill up at level 2, and he didn't get that kill, I think this is the reason why he's actually not excelling in this lane.
You know, one thing that was discussed even before the tournament started is that Liquid was apparently running hard carries in the mid lane pretty often. With that extra creep, you can really get ahead if you have a good start. We do see Miracle already at 27 CS. It obviously got help early. This TB, a far cry from last game, is starting to get out of control.
I mean, you made a point that earlier that we see Tumberman playing the mid lane more than Miracle has. The extra mid creep is one of the factors there.
Yeah, it really opens up options for dual lanes. You know, we've seen the IO picks come out a lot. Not always mid, but obviously also can make hard carries more viable in that scenario. They do get a deep ward down here, so where does Monet go? Morphling is level 2 at 4 minutes, and he's roaming. He's heading towards the mid lane. He wants to assist with Kuroki. Gets the charge off. Well, Morphling will lend the assist, but the bash comes out. Kuro shrugs it off. Cass comes a bouncing. They try to slow him down. And he's going to join the fray as well. It's a party in the jungle, and Super's getting pounded from behind. In comes Miracle. Lift him up. Toss him down. They kill him off. Liquid get the death profit. Far more important than that support DDC. And they even committed 4 to that fight. LFY taking these early skirmishes. This is where Spear Breaker is king. And now they're going to start to push this tower, bringing the Treants in. And this is such a dominant start from Liquid. Up 4,000 gold at 5 minutes. How can LFY respond? They got run over, trucked in game 2.
Look at the
game 3 is opening up the same way.
Look at the difference when it comes to, well, hold that thought. threatening to use that fissure to block somebody off. They do. He's not level 6 yet. They want to commit for Miracle.
Good Sprout open, mind control, keeps Super at bay. Tries him back, but now Inflame rotates in. Numbers are committed from LFY. Can they get Miracle? The toss back, Fissure says no. LFY, God, they needed that bad.
By doing so, they also defend their tower.
They're going to set up here on Monet. There is a Spirit Breaker. They can't quite kill him, but man, look how much that Prophet hurts already. Normally Morphling is able to trade fairly effectively, but he's just so underfarmed.
Well, Morphling
so
is
underleveled.
500 HP, so you know his
every hit hurts, and they're still leaving that Spirit Breaker in the neighborhood. Kuro threatening to go in. He will get scouted out here by Inflame. Gets to work, so heavy roaming, and he's out.
Prophet might be in a little bit of trouble here if they actually get the Flame Break pushback.
He's got the phase boots. It's a very tough kill. Even with the Flame Break pushback, can they really bring him down? And pushes him away.
Okay.
Still Inflame chasing this though, but backup is coming from GH. He can lift, they can disengage.
Yep.
And that is what Liquid choose to do. All the while, Matumba ramping up in the bottom lane, evacuated by the bat. Who's going to lane against the Benno?
Yeah. This is a big problem.
It was the story of game 2. The laning setup was just so superior. And it's feeling, at least for now, like Liquid have found a magic formula for this deciding game 3. Tower down. That's 2 for Liquid, and they're looking behind. In the middle lane, though, Super looking to answer back. Exorcism. He does get off his ultimate. Still Miracle might die. The Ghost coming in. He wins the man fight. And now, Ghost Lady down. They look for more with the lift back. DDC gonna survive this, and in the trees, Kuro brought down by the Ancients, as well as an Earthshaker, but nonetheless, 2 towers for Liquid. They're looking for more. Gale comes through.
Lasso.
Wants to slow it down. The Lasso
not available.
Not skilled yet. He's already gone for
Fissure.
other abilities. Now the Fissure coming out. They do get the Matumba Man kill. LFY very scrappy under this constant pressure of staying in the game. Kills on cores are what they need, but Miracle comes in from the rear.
Oh my
Look
God.
at the damage.
Oh
You look at it go, Witch Doctor. Oh more. Liquid, they just keep on striking. Now the tier 1 mid has fallen.
And tier 2 is soon to follow. LD, look at the difference in terms of efficiency. Whenever we see Miracle use the Metamorphosis, he's getting kills, he's getting towers. Last game, when Monet was doing that, he was struggling to stay alive, and that all comes down to the lanes. You have a Morphling that is still struggling. You had a Batrider who had the lane advantage matchup, but he's forced to help out his allies.
Compare those 2 carries.
Yeah.
You have a Morphling, no items whatsoever. He's level 5. It doesn't even feel like it. And you've got a Terrorblade Brawl Gear on level 7 with Aquila. Treads picked up almost, I mean, not quite tripling, but like 2.5 times his net worth. And they keep on pressuring. They've got the ward, they've got the vision, they're gonna charge. Kuro, heavy commitment, looking for the bash. Won't find it, forces out the TP, and that's fine for Kuro. He can back away. Just give mind control this lane. This is creating space for the Terrorblade. Meanwhile, GH, 3rd most farmed hero in the game at 3k net worth.
Yep, and Blink Dagger is gonna be his item choice. The bottom 3 net worth, we got Monet. He definitely doesn't have any Monet right now, if you know what I mean. He can't jungle very well as a Morphling either, so I'm not exactly sure what he could be doing to recover.
Top shelf Lumi. This could be a very dead Super. They move in, Sprout comes through, he's still getting the Spirit Sight down, but they blast him down anyway. Keeps on working, and Liquid's commitment rewarded again. The punishment is everywhere. Now GH stealing a big nuke for this early in the game.
Yeah, they're going to just keep on pushing. No Metamorphosis for this one, but they got the trees, they got the wards. Let's go. Put more pressure.
Reminds you of that ancient DTS early aggressive tri-lane, Lumi. Back in the old school days, take that early tower with the Ench and the 3 heroes and then just keep on pushing. It's a different set of heroes. It's a new day. It's a bigger match, but it's still working out for Liquid. Kuro diving deep, forces 2 away. That leaves the bat on his own. Miracle lassoing up GH, but can't even get the kill. GH is flying away like Harry Potter tries to survive, but he is not the boy who lived. He's the boy who's very, very dead. Now the fight breaking out, everyone dropping low. They need the finishes here. Wait. They said it. That's 4 dead. Mind control's got to get out.
Can he keep out?
TP away.
Okay.
Nothing to cancel it. DDC out of mana. Oh, Liquid have to be careful. They were so close to getting like 4 kills there. They get only the bat. They give up a few. They still have not KO'd LFY. They need to respect LFY's ability to turn these fights. 2,300 gold swing.
It is a big goal swing, but look at the net worth right now. It's still 4 members of Team Liquid ahead. They are itemizing for the mid game as well. We're going to watch this team fight one more time. Kuro just runs in, zones out 2 to 3 members of LFY. Meanwhile, the Bat Rider here, though, doing a significant amount of damage with Firefly. Somehow, someway, LFY doesn't actually just pop at the beginning of the fight, and then they somehow live through this, thanks to Super coming in from the backline, full HP, and just kills pretty much everybody.
And Mind Control was diving with Kuro at the base, going for those high ground kills. Perhaps if he was there with the team, it would have been different, but Chaos is where LFY thrived, at least in that particular case. You can see the intensity on all these players. So much at stake for them. GH at least having a moment. He knew it was a very ambitious retreat, but gave it his best shot. So where do Liquid go next? They grab the Orchid now on the Nature's Prophet.
Hold that thought.
And they look for a smoke here on LFY. Matumba Man in position with his bevy of wards to try and keep him safe. He's up the hill as well. The dream scenario for Venno, but still gets caught. Fissure coming through. Maldic to follow. Oh, that is a cooked snake for dinner. Matumba Man is done. And meanwhile, charge in the bottom lane. Monet's out of mana. Kuro could potentially die for this, but they don't want to commit.
Yeah, he's
they
only
do have that
level 4.
Prophet Orchid, but again, already had fully straight morph. So, I mean, still I look at LFY Lumi and I have to ask, like, what is Morphling going to do this game? He has 3K net worth to the 5, 6K of these Liquid cores. Can he get back in the game?
He's going to do nothing for a long time. It's not up to Morphling, it's really up to his teammates. Rubik has the Blink Dagger picked up right now. He's looking for Fissure Steals while harassing a little bit here on Afu.
GH finds one. He's going to reel that Shaker in onto the high ground. Welcome to my cliff, but Afu will just walk right back down.
Back and forth they go. Check out Afu's gold. He is so close to Blink Dagger, and I think that's where LFY is looking to turn the game. He is looking around to stop Prophet. He's going to look around to assassinate the Venomancer. And that smoke gank that they did earlier on the Venno, very critical to actually propel the Shaker ahead.
Do you want to see Liquid keep on forcing the issue right now? They've got this big lead, but obviously going high ground against the Shaker and a Bat is normally where they can thrive. Would you rather see Liquid slow down a little bit, just spend some time farming?
I think slowing down is a good choice. You want to work the map a little bit. You have excellent map control because you've taken down a lot of these buildings. And also critically, you want your Spirit Breaker to get more levels. He's only level 5. Definitely want Nether Strike moving forward. Rubik getting a bigger mana pool and getting more levels is good too.
They might be trying to set up a play here around the shrine. There's a Haster and snagged early. Super has Exorcism.
They see Matumba.
And Liquid are sticking around for this. The wards have been laid down, but they're going to fight into these wards. Exorcism committed. Oh, Inflame getting charged out of the fight. Can they just bait Super and run away? Spooky, spooky ghosts. Just get out of there, and you're right as Kuro
gonna get
roasted, likely going down. They will get the lift. They look for the turn. The Gale coming through. TP out. Where's the counter to that? There is none. He's gone, and out bottom. Looking for the Witch Doctor. The trade comes as Liquid do answer back. A support for a support, but they forced out the Exorcism.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think it's...
And they stole it, too.
I think it's... Oh, they stole it.
Oh, no.
That's a different story.
For LFY.
Oh, that is really bad. I was gonna say, at this point when you're behind, you want to go for one-for-one trades, but not if you give up Exorcism to the other side. That's just not the trade that you're looking for at all.
All right, does the game plan change now? Now you've got an Aegis. Are you thinking high ground? We'll see for Liquid soon.
I think Team Liquid, the only way they can really high ground is when they kill 2 to 3 heroes. The Aegis helps though. I mean, obviously experience gold, it's all nice. You can safely push. And now LFY responds, but I think it's too late.
But perhaps too slow for this.
Super
already down.
Super cannot give up.
Kuro's out in front to LFY even think about fighting. They have no Exorcism. And they don't really have a carry in the Morphling, so it's all about the Shaker. It's all about the Echo, if they can find it. DDC reveals it. Apu with the Fissure. He's still not detected as of yet. He's under the cover of that smoke. The charge coming towards Monet. They've got the Orchid, but he does wave down below ground. Got the Strength Lord Ball. Keeps on going, even through the silence.
That's where, if you have Nether Strike, you have a chance of actually killing Monet.
They really wanted to make something happy with this Blink, but now a Radiant Ward scouts it. The ping came out instantly from Miracle. So there will be no ambush. There will be no surprise. There will be only Miracle charging in. Quickly chunking out the charge. The jump. Not even needed to get the vision. And now they steal the Fissure as well. GH wants to die for this. Afu forced back. LFY. It's starting to feel desperate for them now.
They are just going high ground. Never mind what I said earlier.
Liquid, perhaps.
Okay, no,
not yet. Not yet. Yeah. But no rush either. 9,000 gold lead. All outer towers standing, and they keep on charging for more. Looking for Monet. They will not let this Morphling get out on the map and farm, and you can see it in the net worth. He's in 7th place. That is atrocious for a Morphling.
It's going to be a long while. It's building Lincoln Sphere as well, which, I mean, will help them survive, but there's a lot of ways that Team Liquid could break that. Just charge across the map will break it, a Wrath of Nature will break it. But, you know, it's an item that he has to go for just to extend his farm a little bit.
Meanwhile, Super also struggling in the farm department. Still his first big item yet to arrive. And a lot of that coming down to LFY not getting any towers, not having any map control. But what will accelerate that map control is the Shadow Blade being picked up now by the Mind Control NP. Still LFY, shades of last game, searching for those pickoffs, searching for opportunities, but you just have to admire the vision game of Liquid. That network of wards, the minefield for LFY to even think about leaving the base.
Not only do they have vision from jungle,
from north to south, they basically extend all the way across here.
Yeah. Not only do they have vision in your jungle, they're actively farming your jungle as well. So LFY really have no room to make any kind of matchup. And now we see Bad Rider.
Here comes the jump. GH has that stolen fissure still, but the silence coming through. That won't have an answer. Fissure locks in place, but Afu looking for the respawn. He jumps in. Echo committed. Wants to bring down GH, but GH going for the TP out. They need more damage. He's out of there. He gets away to safety. And now Mind Control will overextend. He'll be punished. That's the bigger kill for LFY. A bridge too far for Liquid. And they end an unstoppable streak.
Very quick response time coming out from LFY.
That is like a 1,400 gold swing, that one kill.
Yep. Granted, at this point, though, LFY, even though they're getting these key kills, they're unable to turn them into objectives because they're so far behind. So I think Team Liquid still sitting very pretty in the current given situation, but that kill did give the Bat Rider the Blink Dagger, so 4 ways now for LFY to come back.
Miracle rotating in deep here, and does have eyes on DDC as they go for a D-ward. The charge comes through. Liquid want to take this fight. They've got the Metamorphosis. They let it go. They get the silence off of Monet, but he is already straightforwarding. Mind Control in deep. Has to be careful. Stolen Exorcism! And again, the Ghosts fight for the side of Liquid as they chase forward. Super getting nuked down, and in comes Matumbo from the rear! Oh, that's a lot of damage. Gets up the Poison Nova, bringing down the Replicant. Inflame is there with the trade. A very chaotic fight, but LFY are handling it okay. They do get another Nature's Prophet kill. Liquid might try to go for the high ground push, but the creeps will not cooperate. They're still a bit far away, and by the time they arrive, the Exorcism that was stolen will be gone. But you can see the power of a Rubik when he's had this kind of start, Lumi.
Yeah.
Very difficult to prevent these spell steals. Like, normally this blink is, it's not even done yet. Like, it'll be coming out around that 20-minute mark in a lot of Rubik games if he doesn't find the early kills. But with the towers, the kills, GH has it very fast.
Normally, it's quite easy to not get your Exorcism stolen because you have a lot of spells on Death Prophet you could easily throw out, whether it's Spirit Siphon or Crypt Swarm, but they're doing a very excellent job of stunning the Prophet as she casts her spells.
They also have wards everywhere, so she can't do it from fog or anything like that most of the time.
Right. Bat Rider flying through the Aegis is still going on Terrorblade, so Miracle just runs away from the gank. But I think what we're seeing right now for LFY is they're maintaining some resemblance of control in their jungle. They're not just getting completely ran over. The space to farm is limited, but they're still getting a tiny bit. So the hope is there. They're just looking, searching for any Team Liquid mistake. How are we doing on the smokes on the LFY side? That's kind of the other big important factor. I don't see any other heroes right now, and imagine it's very low amount on their shops. They need smokes, they need to get out there and use that Blink Bat.
They're moving in for Super. He's in pretty deep, doesn't have the Exorcism ready.
Aegis is out.
It's out. The Aegis will expire. As Liquid continue to occupy this dire jungle, it's a game of choke. Dota, they try to keep LFY fully bottled up. And as you mentioned, it's few and far between the opportunities to hit creeps, but LFY trying to take every last morsel that Liquid grant them. And now the lasso, the opportunity is there. They kill up Mind Control, gets up the silence, but Bat Rider flies high. Another one in Flame is delivering here, but they might lose Afu. From the rear comes Miracle, brings him down, and now Kuro charging, galloping after Inflame. He turns back for DDC, but the cast, it's bouncing. It's bouncing beautifully. Finally gets off the Nether Strike. Will secure that Witch Doctor kill, so both supports down. They traded that for a Furion. Again, they have the stolen Exorcism. They've got a little time. Liquid, perhaps they just blow this and try to force the high ground. The Prophet could buy back or might just respawn.
The respawn time is so low on the side of White Heroes.
You know GH wants to. He just could go in, gets the quick steal as he activates the Exorcism. Probably won't do a whole lot with it from the looks of things.
Yeah. Still, to me, LFY are finding good trades right now, trading a support for a core. The goal and the experience change are very similar, but the fact that you slow down the Team Liquid push. And again, when you're behind, mathematically, you just want to trade evenly. And that's exactly what LFY is doing right now.
Yeah, what that 10,000 gold lead that is feeling very massive now won't be the same if it stays at that level 10, 15, 20 minutes from now.
Right. We're getting closer and closer to the Lincoln Sphere on Morphling. Still a long time before LFY could really take a fight on an even footing. And of course, you could also use Replicate to start, making Terrorblade Illusion of your own. He's going to be building items that are really, really helpful to Illusion if you want to go that route.
I mean, even with the Lincolns, definitely the Morphling is still gankable. You've got a lot of ways to break that Lincolns. The Charge is the most obvious one. The Orchid,
Wrath of Nature.
The Wrath of Nature, potentially. You've got the Rubik who can set up. So I still think even with Lincolns, he's very afraid to leave the base, but
I mean, it
is a step.
The Lincolns is actually a decent farming item in the sense that it allows you to stay at full HP. The mana pool regeneration is quite good. You can spam more waveforms, but it's nothing crazy. LFY, they're really out of mistakes at this point, right? Like, if you make a mistake against Terrorblade, especially when you're so pressured on your side of the map, you're losing buildings. So LFY have to play perfectly.
You've mentioned the importance of these smokes, and they are going for one now. They're showing the Morphling bottom. They do have a Replicate roaming in, so he can join them at a moment's notice, perhaps hoping that Liquid is trying to set up on that Morphling. But
look at LFY vision. They're going for a smoke. They see nothing.
Poor mind control again. And Flame diving deeper for this. They're going to sweep towards mid. Do they dare take a fight into this tier 1 with Liquid
not a good position.
All off the map? That is such a risky maneuver.
All right.
And then they back down.
Precious smoke
they're
down.
They're not willing to do it.
10-minute cooldown on that thing. What are you going to do?
You do have to take risks as LFY.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to pull those types of ganks off when you've lost all your outer towers. Liquid have vision everywhere. They still have all their outer towers up. Like, the opportunities to dive it's tiny windows you have to sneak through, basically. And LFY just couldn't find a crack.
Well, first major item here finished on Super. The Solar Crest, very, very important to survive against the Terrorblade damage. Look towards him building something like Shiva's, or we've even seen Ghost Scepters being purchased on Death Prophet. Never mind, Ghost Scepter not going to be effective, as I say that the Diffusal Blade also comes online on Terrorblade.
They're looking to set up here, perhaps. Monet is fun. At least for now, just being a nuisance. GH moves in, and they have the charge on Apu. They dive in deeper. Fissure coming out. Now they're insta-steal. It's all a trap just to get that grab. Nice pickup. Probably something we'll continue to see more of with the vision and map control edge they have.
Yeah, we've seen 011 yesterday give up a ton of fissures.
You can't even really fault Apu that much. Like, they have wards everywhere.
Yeah.
You're constantly being charged. They're going to have openings for this very farm Rubik to grab.
Bottom lane, GH, fissures, styling on people, although might get caught here.
Trian's going to scout out in flame still. He blinks in, diving deeper. Already Rubik. Way to safe. But
Dire's top tower
it's a relatively
is
calm game for LFY right now. Like, very tense perhaps in terms of state of the game, as they are going to find GH. GH actually, he's found in flame. He lifts him up, blinks away. Doesn't have the Firefly.
Dire's top tower
Who's caught whom? Already. The split push is mounting that top tower down to about half HP. I mean, that's the thing is, like, if Liquid don't feel confident in a head-on assault, they could split push this. They have the illusions, they have the MP, they have the plague wards. There are alternatives here for them. But in comes the bat again. He's walking right past those Veno wards, snaking around. They're going to scan the side, and now GH strikes. Blinks in, gets the lift, sets up the charge in doing so, and now 4 heroes are scrambling down. The Fissure comes through as well. Inflame wants to back, but if he waits too long, as the zap comes out, the Fissure interrupts and keeps Kuro at bay, TP out.
Everybody.
Morphling off to the middle lane, and meanwhile that Terrorblade is pushing out the top. So Liquid, keep the pressure flowing.
That tier 3 on the top lane is about to drop though. They're taking way too much damage. There was a siege unit pushing it early as well. The Glyph is going to get forced out. Look at the itemization that's coming out from Liquid. They're trying to end the game in about the next 10 minutes.
Double BKB.
Yeah, double BKB is what they're waiting for. Venomancer's got his. Terrorblade's going for his as well. They're looking to end the game right now. So even though the game is looking calm right now, it's really the calm before the storm.
And somehow Monet is actually... I mean, he's still wasting up in this third.
Right.
He's got 900 gold towards it. He's picked up the Ghost Scepter. Sure, it's not going to be the best defensive tool against the Diffusal Blade, but it might give him some kill potential.
Well, it's more so that his Ethereal Blade combination isn't going to be very good against the double BKB.
It's actually about to be triple. As
Prophet's also working.
Yeah, Veno, Prophet, and even the TB all went for it. They're going to smoke now. Liquid, much higher chance of succeeding on these smokes as they've got the positional advantage. They can quickly close the gap on LFY. Monet still has his Lincolns up. They're going to scan out this bottom lane. Mind control trying to make sure it's safe. And they gank on the illusion.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Not going to
attack.
connect. We've seen quite a few illusion baits.
But base is pressured. Look at the bottom side of the map.
Yep, Liquid ramping up the split push, ramping up the aggression. The Veno's the man in front.
And they cancel the TP!
They do cancel TPs. X marks the spot, but Monet looks for the pickup, the stolen Wayport. Morphling still chasing. Liquid are fighting.
The base,
They're losing
the base.
The base is in shambles now. They've got to get back quickly. Racks are falling. Miracle's in there. They haven't gotten the melee yet. Super holds the line for now.
Kill them
the
illusions.
Still working. Monet gets
Kill
the
them
double.
illusions.
More for LFY.
Can they kill the illusions?
Melee down. They are going to get more, Lumi. That's 4 heroes dead. That is a lot to give up for Liquid.
Maybe
for
5?
The melee. They
Maybe
might even
5?
lose Miracle. He's got the
We lost
Thunder.
the Firefly.
He hasn't spent his gold yet. He might need to do some LFY chasing. They look to lock him down.
That's 5.
Alpha's going to die.
Wait, just
No,
kidding.
not yet. Not yet. Still Hellfire chasing, but can they slay the Beast? Miracle taking the
my God,
his damage.
That's not 5! He's still alive right now. They're so afraid of the Thunder.
They won him, but heroes are respawning.
They got silence.
Rubik's coming
They
back.
got silence.
Finally, Morphling arrives. Waving
Thunder!
He
No!
bounces out. He won't get it off. And
Okay.
now Pearl might die as well. That's 6 dead for Liquid.
Make that 6.
That's 6 kills for a melee.
For the first time, LFY have seen the rivers. They're actually crossing it, trying to do a little bit of damage.
Push out these lanes.
Okay, Morphlings
The
walking
LFY
into the Roche.
fans are
Can they actually get Roche?
They don't have Exorcism for this. This might be too ambitious.
Too loco, man. I don't think this is a play.
LFY, they're like, I have a DD road. I'm a Morphling.
Let's get back. Let's get back,
Let's
boys.
breathe. Let's take a step
But
back.
here's the thing, right? You lost some melee racks. Those shrines are going to be forsaken. Even though it was a very costly push for LFY, or sorry, for Team Liquid, I think that was okay for them.
Suddenly Monet going from the 7th hero net worth. He is right there with the Nature's Prophet.
And he's got the shotgun finish. It's time that he can start blowing up these supports. And now they're going right back to
Morphling
Roche.
into
No
the
meta.
pit. They're going to commit for this. The Terrorblades not in the fight just yet, and TDC forces him away. Don't tell me, LFY.
They got him too.
Stages 2. Now the lasso. It's going to find him. They bring him down. Blocking on top.
He's got BKB.
What is going on? Huge commitment. They still fight on. Waving up to the high ground. Pushing him back.
Shotgun.
Liquid overextended. That's another kill. That's 8 kills in a row for them. They might get more.
Oh,
This
they're going to
Liquid
get
never
more.
died.
They're going to get more.
They're not pushed.
Triple kill on Monet. He's not a support Morphling anymore. He's got the Monet now, going for kills after kills.
He is almost even with the Terrorblade.
What is happening, boys?
Monet was 7th in net worth like 15 minutes ago. He is now almost King Kahuna at number 1.
All right, don't get too crazy. Bottom pressure's in. That range racks is going to take some damage
They're
right
going to
now.
lose tier 1 tier. This top one's going to fall. LFY could get more. Liquid, they won with the split push in game 2 yesterday. They've shown they can do it.
They're losing range racks.
But they have to be very disciplined here and not overcommit.
How did Prophet get the Aegis?
TP's in with the BKB and
he
just snatches it.
Out right click them. You got 3 heroes? No problem. I'm mind control. Easy play.
We've seen so many game-changing Aegis snatches, and that certainly was a big one for Liquid, but they gave up a lot to get it. And now the fight breaking out further. They're trying to find this Bat Rider in flame on the bottom lane. For now, it's okay as the charge comes through, but more commitment as the cast bounces.
Here comes LFY.
And rescue. Monet coming in with the shotgun, forces out the BKB, waves back for another kill. LFY hold the line. What was once a 12,000 gold lead mere minutes ago, 15,000 in fact, is now down to half that and dropping rapidly. Experience in the LFY favor, in fact.
Oh my goodness. Aegis going to the side of Prophet. I'm not sure what he mentioned, but Monet's got the cheese. That's going to be an important factor moving forward. The only way to kill Morphling is to chain stun him, make sure he's silenced, make sure that he can't strength form. But the fact that he's got cheese, is Monet immortal moving on these team fights?
He's certainly a tough kill. I think we can all agree on that. And now he's got the BOTs picked up as well. Mantis style grabbed soon as in the quick buy. That'll be his next pickup.
Yep.
Also, they did itemize for this stage of the game, Lumi. They didn't go back for more farming items. They didn't really commit for
Yeah,
full
they were
split
supposed
push.
to win right now.
They wanted that one timing, take a huge fight and win the game. Can they slow it down now? Can they reset, adjust their plan, and try to go a bit later, dodge the fight, split push more? Are they all in on this early, like I'll say mid-game timing push?
Has fallen.
They have
it's
the
really
profit,
a tough
right?
call. I mean, they have the profit. I feel like there's always that chance.
I think you could play it both ways because Prophet is one of those heroes that could itemize for the late game as well. If you get a Cypher Vice, then you're looking at some really opportunities to pick up LFY kills. But your upper racks, maybe you can do a frontal push. I mean, I think either way it's going to be tough here. They went for 3 BKBs and they lost the most important fight that matters. So, I don't know.
The seeds of
So close. They could smell it. They could taste it. They're not there yet. They have to stay disciplined here. They're going for some additional items now. We'll see a Lotus Orb under construction here for GH. A tool to deal with that lasso. Could be huge for them coming down the stretch. We have seen godly performances out of this support hero, out of this player throughout the tournament. Probably the breakout star of the TI7 season. And now they're going to look.
Mind control behind. He finds
Afu, gets up the silent sprout, comes through. They need a save for him. The Tumba Man lunging in. He's got the ult. He's not even using it. Liquid. They spring the trap. They look for more. DA to the front line. The Tumba Man playing out the ultimate. But Morphling comes in for the cleanup. Monet's going to find one. Brings down the Rubik. Takes out of the fight. Gem hits the deck. 3 have fallen. No buybacks ready. Down goes DP. Liquid surging back in like a wave.
The mid lane's very pushed right now, so Prophet, if he wants, he can port it. That's exactly what he's doing right now. And he finds Monet. Can he actually go for the kill? He can't put the Lincoln. He could sprout to break it.
The charge could though. Looking for the break. No, the charge comes after. Now the sprout.
He's got cheese.
Monet.
He's got cheese.
He may have to pop it here. Hanging on. Chain stun down. Still has that cheese. Bash.
For real right now.
Keeps the cheese. Keeps the cheese. Bakes around.
Okay, but
Monet
they're not
going to pop it. He's going to have to go back to the well. They won't have a death profit for 30. They won't have an exorcism. There's no buyback on the Batrider. Illusions are banning on this tower. The tower is low. It's not done just yet. They kill out Monet. He holds the line. Creates his own Terrorblade, which is now being fought by the counterplay here. Reflection, not going to win the day, at least not yet. The Replicant survives. Effigy's falling. Bottom lane is pushing. Opening could be now. Liquid take that tower. DDC with the deny, but he's only opening things up for Liquid to come in. Afu needs to jump soon. He's got that Echo Mind Control. Trapped up. BKB look to run, but there is a lasso. They can hunt him down. Silence the Blink lasso. Where's the turn? Where's the help? Waving forward with the mallet and shotgun. Bam! Down he goes. And they do hold the line, but that bottom lane, all the while Lumi was pushing in. Some of those buffer buildings start to be eliminated.
It seems like the Team Liquid game plan is just a war of attrition. You find kills and you damage buildings. We're going to see this team fight one more time. Great initiation from Mind Control. Taking Shaker out of the fight gives them a really, really strong fighting chance. Without the Shaker disable and the chain stun, LFY cannot take a fight.
And that's the dream scenario. They get up all their BKBs, they initiate, the Shaker isn't there. That's how Liquid are going to take fights at this stage of the game. The Morphling knows he can't even fight against it. Sure, they can't catch him. They can kill his teammates, though. Liquid need like one more of those fights, catch some LFY heroes without buyback, then a second lane could be theirs. Now the top has opened up.
But Morphling is getting to a point where he starts to take fight. The Manta style is almost finished. It comes down to whether Monet is going to save buyback, right? If he feels like I got to go all in, then we're going to see a Manta very soon. Do you feel like he needs to go all in a situation like this? This is... I mean, it's like a hard question to answer.
It's too close to call, honestly.
We'll see what his decision is.
Dire scan, hunting his flame just a bit off, looking for that NP, but he's always on the prowl for him, and this is what the panel mentioned. As the game gets later, like sure, maybe the bat struggles early if he's landing against the Prophet at the Veno as his matchup, but at this stage, you really have to be careful if you're mind control.
Monet's finishing the Manta, no buyback right now. Obviously,
all right.
Liquid doesn't know this.
A ballsy maneuver. Now, granted, he is very, very difficult to kill.
Yeah. And I think the reason that he's done this, he's doing this is because it gives him much more survivability. Also, split push right now is going to be a way for LFY to extend the game. And the Manta style is actually fairly decent in knocking down.
There's still tier 1s for them to grab. This bottom one probably in danger now as Monet ramps up. He's going to shotgun down a creep, but he's very careful. He knows he doesn't have buyback, so very reluctant to commit the main hero to the lane. Even though those towers are low-hanging fruit. So bring Monet back to let him keep on farming. Scotty next on the menu. Trying to build towards that late game Godzilla Morphling. The water boss. It's a matchup against Liquid.
I wonder if he's going to think about changing items, because there is a butterfly showing on Terrorblade. MKB is not exactly the most common option here on Morphling, but might have to react to the other side of the carry.
Let's see.
For now, he's storing go for buyback.
Mind control, showing himself bottom. We do see that Terrorblade moving in, the reflections coming out, and now the chase, but there's the cast. They can bring in the Morphling, they can force out the BKB, perhaps with a shotgun. Don't know what else is behind Miracle, though. The vision is lacking for LFY. They will not breach. Liquid still asserting themselves around the map.
Well, bottom, we saw Batrider blinking in, popping dust.
But this is an opening for Monet. He can move in, start working on this tower.
He can start backline.
Slow, steady progress done now. He's going to wave himself back. Retreating. Liquid rotate on mid.
And you can see that what they're doing
Next
right
Roche
now.
is up, so doubtful that Liquid wants to go for this. They're going to scan. They detect no Morphling, no Batrider lurking bottom. Maybe hoping for that easy kill that would just set up a free Roche or force a buyback. LFY not trying to give up copies now.
Range Rex, don't heal. All right, Cast is going to fly out. The reason why Monet is playing so reserved, despite having Linken's Manta and of course Replica up online, is that they could break his Linken's across the map with a charge, and then Prophet could be behind him with
TP, Silence, Sprout, and then he's tanky, but he's a bit of a city dunk. Like, they do have the Manta still to remove that Silence, but perhaps the change gun comes in by then.
This time around, LFY no heroic Aegis steel play from them. They have to rough it out. Aegis cheese push next time around. It's going to be a tough one. Butterfly, like I mentioned, online on Terrorblade already.
Puts out that Aegis in his inventory, making way for it, and Liquid, they'd love to get a second lane with this. They would love to put LFY firmly on the back foot. That tower mid's about to drop, so it could be all three lanes ripe for the taking.
There are
bottom already secured.
There are no buybacks on any of LFY's Courier? Oh my god. There was buyback on Prophet, but I think he was sending the Courier to finish the Shiva's guard. They just want to commit everything for the next fight. They believe that if they don't hold this push, the game's over.
Okay, well, they do have it on Death Prophet now, so one buyback for LFY, but...
No, he was trying to finish the Shivas, then he wouldn't have it, but either way, I guess he has it now, but...
Does he just commit for the Shivas? 2 lives on Death Prophet, generally not very useful.
Exactly, yeah.
So perhaps he just goes all in, and that's assuming Courier's into the secret shop.
Looks like it won't.
Liquid keep on pressing here, sending illusions to top, sending illusions to mid, chipping away, and always on the range tracks. More regenerate. Tower even getting denied mid. LFY salting and burning the fields as they retreat. One buyback in this game, which makes Aegis a big trump card. But Monet, he's got a replicate of his own. He'll send that out in front, a very tanky Terrorblade to deal with these transits.
Prophet's got X, by the way.
Could be the difference maker with no buyback. The shotgun comes out, the Fissure committed. Do they want to blow him? They lasso him in. They drag him deeper. The vaunted high ground defense is there.
He's got BKB.
He's got the BKB. Exorcism is on point. Can they echo this? Can they time it? They're going to let him walk away. The damage is forcing him on his heels, though. Miracles has
top lane. Raxus.
The rat is coming. Mind control gets one, but he might pay this life. Fissure coming through. The last
got the shotgun.
BKB. The damage.
Did it have vision?
Doesn't have a TP yet. The TP's on cooldown. They're pumping it into him in the mid lane. The illusion's working on the range. But still, LFY hold the melee.
I don't know, man. That was a very costly push. They committed a BKB. They committed an Aegis. They got a range Rax and a tier 3. Do you think that's worth it? I'm not sure.
Enough. Morphling starting to feel it. Monet is leaving the base. He gets charged. He gets control.
Oh my god!
He's dead!
The damage coming out fast and furious. He has farmed enough for a buyback.
That's a monster kill streak.
You forced that buyback.
A likely buyback coming here right now. Echo is there. Just watch for the shaker. Don't get caught. That's the call for Liquid. But they push in. They die for DDC. They get him in buyback. Where's that buyback? It's coming here. It's coming now. BKB's on cooldown. They kill the TV. He's got buyback as well. But if they can't kill the Morphling, they're not going to commit. They get more. They get 2. They might try to find the third. I don't retreat.
I don't think that's enough here for LFY. They need to push across the map.
Buyback.
Yeah, they need to push across the map and get more done. Because the next time, if they pick Morphling, that is a game here for LFY.
And there aren't ways to kill him. He is not invulnerable. Monet was feeling like he was God.
I mean, he was so morphed into agility that
he just melted.
Yeah, a couple of right clicks was enough here.
2 lives on Liquid. 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 2 lives
Watching some of the reaction from the players. LFY going the other direction. Shiva's guard delivered on Death Prophet.
She'll get tankier. We still haven't seen that Echo. That is LFY's Weapon X that could break this game open. Liquid also need to be wary. They'll hang back for now. They've got their cheese. Here comes the charge. Kuro committing into a fissure. Could be into trouble. Upgrading the totem.
Where'd you go?
Smacks him down. It doesn't have the buyback. Oh, that just got it, actually.
Yeah,
just got it.
Oh, the gem. They want to pick it up. The super walks
Pigs
back
come
for
out.
it.
The Pigs come out, and they are going to snag it.
That Veno was so important. I think LFY could have ran down the building. But now they get the Witch Doctor heal, so they're going to still run down the building through the backdoor regeneration. They're getting a lot of...
Creeps are coming, and they're looking for more. They've got a lasso ready. In flame, hunting, and you could see the terror in GH as he blinks back to the tier 4s. Doesn't want to chance it. LFY, one step closer. They get their second tower. Only their second tower, Lumi, at 41 minutes. Incredible that Liquid still have these tier 1s up.
Especially against Morphling, one of the easiest hero to just walk up to a tower and kill it. But I think as the game moves forward, if Monet feels brave enough to walk out of the base, he will start to be able to backdoor these tier 1 top and bottom. We'll see if he does do that, but again, he doesn't have buyback. He's so afraid he constantly needs to just sit in the base.
Liquid moving out on the map now. They know the Morphling buyback's on cooldown. They could ever find him. The game might just end. They could potentially all in for the throne, maybe the Megas at that point. So they start to move out. They scan the perimeter, clearing out these waves.
They ping the Ranger X. They know the game plan.
Biding their time.
Death by 1,000 cuts. One Treant hit here. One terrible illusion swipe there.
They'll need a bludgeon though for these melee. Those will regenerate, and they're moving in under cover of smoke. Look for the jump. It's Matumba. They lift the bat. They lock them down. The ghosts come out.
He's got buyback.
Has to commit. Now the fissure coming through. Is there going to be an echo follow? They roast up Kuroki. They're going to bring him down. No buyback. All hell breaking loose. Liquid focusing on the melee, turning into it. But they need more than that. Lumi Glyph committed for now. Liquid might need to retreat. BKBs are blown. Ultimate's expended. They do not want to overstay their welcome. But LFY, they sure do.
Lasso.
No TP. Already the double lasso holding themselves together. It's a horrible tale for Mind Controls. He gets blasted. Now Matumba Man on the run. Slimmer Cape tries to run. No escape. No, there is a little rat in the mid. The Treants are trying to push down that tier 3.
Rain tracks under siege right now.
Coming
back in. He can't die. This is very, very risky.
He has the buyback. He has the buyback. Miracle knows what to do. Eyes on the prize.
Oh my lord.
The prize, and he's done it.
He's gonna go up top. He's gonna try to make a creep. I'm not sure what he can do.
Control him. Slow him down. Give him the slam. Give him the jab. LFY. One melee stand. That GH is also dead. They are throwing bodies after bodies piling up in this LFY base.
LFY.
Even if they get megas, it's not clear that Liquid can just win from there. It's a huge investment they're making in these pushes, but they are so close, Lumi.
LFY needs to get all the waves pushed out. You can see Morphlings working on bottom. Meanwhile, you got a couple of heroes moving in mid. Exorcism cooldown on 60-second. That is the critical difference. If Super somehow could like sneak in an Octarine Orb in his inventory, they could just commit Exorcism for mid push. They can. And now Kurogi perhaps gonna get caught. They have lasso. They have lasso. Oh, he just charge out.
Get me out of here, but mid. Mid is where the push comes through. Terribly has the buyback, but he doesn't have a metamorph when he comes back. He's not going to be the same fighting force, and they're not split pushing. LFY are going in. They're looking for their own melee. Where's the Liquid defense? Liquid are starting to lose their base.
Are you going to go for it if you LFY?
The Reeds is down. They have tier 1. They have towers in top and mid, so they either throne or they back off and push out these side lanes. Or hell, maybe they just go for more kills.
He's gonna find mind control.
With the
TP out. Can he get the lasso? Oh, he's out.
Oh, plug.
Like, GH?
Liquid, they're getting spread out here. They've got to fight as a team. It's what got them this far. And they're losing more.
That's gonna be another tower, perhaps even a tier 2.
Now the Venom limps in. Liquid, they're not split pushing. They're not sticking with the game plan. They're taking these fights one by one. And LFY, a 5-man squad in the fights, are punishing them.
I think
still they have the side lane tower, so still Liquid know that the only all-in play LFY can go for is a straight throne rush right now. They still have more options, but those options are fading. What was once a 15 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, can we see the
Down
network
to
graph,
2K.
please? That network graph has not updated yet. It's going to go down even more.
Look at the bottom really tells the tale. That just red dots peppering the horizon. LFY fighting for their tournament lives. Liquid, they've never seen this final day of TI. And the fans begin to chant. They can feel the momentum might be shifting. LFY surging, clutch play after clutch play. Close, but not done just yet. Roche has respawn. Might be something Liquid commit for. 5X are also important here, Lumi. Here comes the Roche attack.
All right, I think Roshan
set up the tree ants. LFY not doing much right now. Pushing out the lanes, starting to rotate, but Roche dropping quickly. Will they get in position? They know if they overcommit to Roche, there could just be a rat attack to the north, and maybe they give up Megas. Kind of hesitating on their side of the river. They might just even forfeit this and go for the full-on base defense, and it seems that is the decision. No contest, a clean Roche for Liquid. Aegis up on Miracle, who also has buyback.
Everyone wants to fight this. They want to fight into
Now they
Aegis.
want to fight.
Yeah.
Liquid will never see this coming.
Yeah, they don't want to fight in their base. They don't have lift up for one more minute. So right now, LFY needs to take a fight outside the base. If they fight inside the base, then, you know, bodies will be thrown at that melee racks.
Just keep your eyes peeled for anyone trying to go for the back door. Look for the Shaker. Look for the Rubik. Look for the big team fight. Who's starting the party? Afu with the Bender. He gets two. Now all hell breaks loose. Out comes the exorcism. DDC on the run. BKB's.
Buyback BOT into the base right now. Mind control going for the melee racks.
For the melee. Will he get it? The buyback's committed. Miracle with the double. Still they fight on. He's not able to push through.
Afu coming back in.
TPs are coming. Liquid.
They fight. Mind control. Mind control. This is his buyback. This is his buyback. No. BKB cheese. He's going to get the last rack.
He has it in 20. Mind control gets the Megas. Liquid are close. They are close. Mind control not dead yet. They're going to push in deeper. They get the kill. Morphling buyback is up in 8 seconds. They will still be able to fight. Not entirely over yet, but Liquid are one giant leap closer as everyone loses the fight. Negative goal change on both sides, which means a win for Liquid.
LFY needs
and
to
onto your hats. And onto your buyback.
Oh my god. The reason that Morphling is not buying back right now is that if he somehow finishes that Satanic, he will be the truest, the strongest hero on the map. The question is whether he can. We're going to watch this team fight one more time. Critically, they killed Prophet.
Hits 2, almost 3 heroes as Matumba blinks away. That was a really good start to the fight for LFY, but you can see how strong Miracle is right now. No one can really fight against this TV with BKB.
Yeah, the Butterfly is doing so much work, and I love the decision-making from Prophet. Mind Control buys back, immediately goes for the melee rack. So even though the team fight went evenly, they still got it. But Miracle, perhaps not getting caught.
Oh, could be in trouble. No, he's fine for now. Miracle marching in, a slow...
He's got Metamorphosis right now!
That Prophet, no buyback, out for quite a long time if she dies.
And again, Morphling does not want to buy back.
He marches in, one foot in front of the other, but now he does get lassoed. Silence up as well. He's got Aegis. He's got the BKB. They love a clean hit
Sunder too.
Sunder being countered out here. It looks like at least for now, Miracle though gets it off. Chasing forward.
He can't die here.
Commitment. He's so deep. He's so damn deep.
Morphling buys back. They forced out the buyback. Morphling goes in Superman mode. Can he hold the base?
Miracle's in on his own. He needs a little help. He's gonna need it soon. GH coming from behind. They lock him down. Can they kill him once? The base is crumbling. LFY, death by 1,000 cuts.
Going for the tier 4 mind control. Popping that BKB. He's down to half. Can they actually kill him?
But
no, it's gonna be fine.
He's still fighting this. Miracle is fighting this.
GG's. LFY crumbles under the pressure. Wow.
Hugs in the booth. Liquid erupt, and so does Key Arena. They are going to the grand final. They've got to crack it, newbie. A full best of 5. A TI championship and over $10 million to the winner.